Hello everyone, and welcome to Adventures in the Parted Vale in Edenclave Adventure. I am Ryan Lang, also known as the Mind Player, and I'm joined with some of my good friends and family, and together we make what we call Twilight Enigma. So let's do some introductions. Let's start with you.
Hi, I am Cassie Lang. I've been playing D&D for about 4 years, plus one random one-shot in high school with my math teacher.
And?
I'm Tim. I've been playing D&D for, it's probably close to 10 years. I think it was either 2015 or 2016 when I started.
Nice.
Yeah, super excited to play some D&D.
Yeah, and I am Cameron, and this is my first campaign. I've done one shot, and yeah.
Yep.
We'll see if I can learn.
Cameron is brand new. And I failed to mention how long I play. I've played board games and told stories my entire life, but I've only been playing D&D for probably about 4 years, and I have DM'd pretty much all of that time, save for just a little bit. But we're going to start by letting you know what our setting is, so you have a bit of idea what you're getting into. We are going to start a fantasy campaign. So the Parted Vale is fantasy. It has some elements of steampunk in it with some twists in there. And then also some good 80s synth soundtracks going on. But yeah, let's introduce our characters just a little bit. We don't have to give any spoilers, but yeah. Who are you playing, Cassie?
I am playing Penelope Waters. She is a human Aquium architect, which is a class that we have created for this setting. Yeah, she's been apprenticing as an Aquium architect, and
yeah, that's it. That's it.
Pretty much all we're gonna say for now.
No spoilers.
That's good. What about you, Tim?
I am playing Draven Rockfist, a dwarf. He's a phantom rogue. Yeah, he can talk to ghosts.
Yes, he can.
That'll be pretty open knowledge at the beginning, so I think I'm okay to share that.
Yep. Cool.
Yeah, and he kind of runs a paranormal investigation agency.
Yes, awesome. Yep. And Cameron, what about you?
I am playing Amarwell Glendal. She's a half-elf bard, and I work with Draven at his agency.
Yep. Good. All right. And I think right there we will begin. So let's dive right into it. So everything starts with the Green Flash. The Green Flash happened about 6 weeks ago. Everyone that saw it happened in the dead of night, and it was more like a beam, a crackling beam of energy that shot directly from the earth into the sky. It emanated from the north of Edenclave. Nobody knew what it was, and it was gone almost as quick as it came. For a moment, the entire earth was lit up as if it was day, although with a bit of a sickly green hue, and then, seemingly it was over. Everyone talked about it, there were rumors that spread and plenty of theories. However, nobody ever figured out what it was, and now, 6 weeks later, it has passed into old news, save for a few rumors and whispers in shadowed corners of alleys and drunken individuals at taverns. Life is very much back to normal. The Green Flash is a thing of the past. We begin our adventure in, I'm totally forgetting the name of the town. Excuse me.
Is it Kilncroft?
Kilncroft, thank you. We have completely created this adventure. It has been a work for the last year of our life, and there's a lot of names swimming around in my head. All right, so yes, we begin in Kilncroft, where there is a fairly decent-sized shop. The shop is it is boarded up at the moment, as it seems that it hasn't been used properly in some time. Inside the shop, there are many gadgets, gizmos, tools, and various paraphernalia for creating what looks like mechanized robots or small individual creations. It would be very akin to a gnome's workshop. However, standing in it is a human individual who looks a little forlorn. Cassie, would you please tell us what your character looks like?
So Penelope, she's got some overalls, a little dirt on her face, her hair just tied back messily, and she is at the workbench fiddling away with a little small mouse-like robot creature. It has wheels for back legs and a little helicopter antenna that comes out of its back so it can fly. It's a flying mouse. And she finishes up the final touches on that creation, so I'm spending my 3 research points to create my...
Yes.
Yep.
The Aquium Architect, as Cassie was stating, Penelope is an Aquium Architect, which is a class that we have created specifically for this adventure. And part of how it works is as you level up, you gain research points, which you can then spend to create inventions from a list. And the more you save up through levels, the better inventions you can get. And we are starting at level 3, so...
All right. So yeah, as I finish the last finishing touches, my little mouse whirs to life, and I'm like, "Hi, Georgie," and then I go about the shop, and I'm kind of just unpacking my bag. I'm going through drawers and just picking up some papers and some notes. The shop that I've been staying in is being sold to new owners tomorrow, so I need to get out, and not sure where I'm gonna go yet. Penelope looks a little forlorn, like you said. She packs just some equipment, some notes into her bag, grabs Georgie and just slips him into her pocket, and then kind of takes one last chance to look in the shop, and she takes a deep breath. I'm gonna miss this place, she says, and then she walks out onto the streets.
All right.
Looking for work.
Perfect. And passing by, you see a deed, well, not a deed, but a notice of you need to vacate the shop,
Yeah.
as it has been sold.
Mm-hmm.
The streets are alive and bustling in Kilncroft. Kilncroft is a rather large city in the country of Andarsis. The country of Andarsis. I've got a lot of maps here. Now, in the country of in the country of Andarsis, it is one of the larger cities. The streets are cobbled, and there are market people walking all around, plenty of people going about with their wares, and it's alive with business, and it's bustling. As you walk through the streets, you notice many different places, many which are looking for individuals for work, many of which would not fit your particular set of skills. One particular one is a manure shoveler, and I would suppose that's not something that Penelope wants to do.
She might not hate it as much as you'd think,
Okay.
but she will pass it by.
I will check my assumptions at the door, and we'll keep going. You wander about for what probably seems like a good 2 hours, and you find yourself in an area of the city that you haven't been before. It's a decent area of the city. It's not poor, but it's not super well off. You'd say it's fairly middle class. And a sign in a door catches your attention. The sign says, "Help wanted, no questions asked." And it says, above the sign you see Dark Rune Detectives.
Okay.
Okay? What do you do?
That sounds right up my alley. I'm going to go knock on the door.
Okay. It is a business. You don't need to knock on the door.
Oh, yeah. That's true. I will walk in and see who's inside.
Okay. Upon walking in, at the desk sits an elven woman, and she seems she's got her nose down. She's writing something, and yeah. Cameron, would you like to introduce us to your character?
Yeah, so I have kind of curly brown hair that I like to keep tied up so it's out of my face. Nose pretty much always in a book or writing, that kind of thing. Cute silvery freckles. Yeah, anyway.
Okay, cool. What do you do? What does Penelope do?
Your sign says you're looking for help.
Yeah, I guess we are, yeah.
I could really use some work right now.
Awesome. Let me just go get Draven. He's the one that's calling the shots here, so
Sounds good, thank you.
yeah. So I head on to the back, see if I can find him. He's not usually around. But
I'd say it probably takes a few awkward moments, but very soon you see Mara, right? Mara for short.
yeah, Mara for short.
Comes back up front, and there is a dwarven fellow following her.
So this is Draven. Draven, this is, sorry, did I catch your name?
Pen.
Pen. Pen is looking for work.
Hear about the job notice, are you?
Yeah.
Well, what can you do?
I'm pretty good with mechanical things. I've been studying with an Emporium architect around here. He's no longer around, so I'm looking for something else to do.
Would I have heard about the Emporium architect that she was working for?
Yes.
Would I know of
So-
one in town?
You would know that Emporium architects exist, though it's a fairly new science.
Right.
To some, they think it's crazy. To others, it's a brand new, great innovation. Emporium is a substance that's distilled from some stones, and it's a substance that can be used for many different things, and is being used to power different machineries. It's being used to invent the ability to fly, is the rumor, though nobody has seemed to be successful at that. So to hear that there is an Emporium architect in the city would not seem strange, but they would be incredibly rare.
Okay. All right. Well, I've heard about these Emporium architects. I've never seen them or their work, but it's intriguing, wouldn't you say, Amara?
I think so. I've read a little bit about it, and I think it's amazing.
Yeah, it's really cool stuff. It was a blessing to work with Isaac while I could.
Well, do you know what we do here?
No. I know that you're looking for help. Sign said no questions asked. I'm kind of desperate. That sounds up my alley.
All right, well, I'll put it bluntly. We're a paranormal research sort of team.
Okay.
People contact us when they've got a problem, usually dealing with ghosts, undead, other unexplained dark magic phenomenon. It can get pretty dicey, a little bit scary, pretty intense. So if you think you're up to dealing with ghosts and undead, and you're not going to go crying like a baby every time we go on a case, then we'd be happy to give you a trial run.
You know what? I would love to deal with ghosts.
Well, what do you think, Mara?
I think she looks cool. I think we give her a shot.
All right, that's good enough for me.
Yes. I'm not going hungry tonight.
I'll probably go back to my study if you want to show her where to put her things.
All right, I'll just take you upstairs then.
Sounds good.
And I'll disappear to my study.
And I'll follow Mara upstairs.
Okay. How would you say the room, Draven, since you're the owner of the building, how well laid out is this living area?
It's simple, but like sufficient. Like Draven wouldn't have spent any time decorating the place or making it look nice.
But I did.
Mara would probably put some touches on it. Draven is very much about like the functional, it's good to go. So there's not really like, it's not like nicely painted and like well done up. It's like a average home. Draven likes it dark in there too, so there might not be a whole lot of lamps lit or whatever else.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Would there be anything the two of you discuss, as it's probably getting closer towards evening on this specific day?
Do we have any jobs lined up? How often are you out on cases?
It really depends. At the time, there's not a whole lot.
Okay.
All right. What happens is you soon come to find out that Dark Rune Detectives don't always have a ton of work. They do get the occasional job. Often it's just chasing superstitions and not real ghosts. And Draven has mentioned, I believe we'd spoken about this, that there seems to be more work of late, though to you it seems, if this is more work, there's not much going on.
Okay.
But you come to hear a little bit about a rival team called Poltergon Incorporated. And these individuals seem to get all of the work in the neighboring areas, and they seem to be very very busy. Draven seems not too happy about this group.
No.
But so a few sleepy weeks go by. Draven takes care of you, pays for things. But then one day, an individual knocks at the door. This individual seems a little bedraggled and as if they've traveled a decent amount of time. He greets Mara at the front desk, and he takes off his hat and says, "Excuse me, is this the paranormal investigators?"
Of course it is. I see the sign on the door.
Yes, sorry, forgive me. I haven't had much sleep. I've traveled the last couple days over the night, and my name is Jacob, and we have a problem. Is it you I would speak to, or are you the owner here?
I'm not the owner, but it is me that you would speak to.
Oh, okay. Well, we have what we believe is a murder on our hands.
Okay.
A murder under mysterious circumstances. Though I don't know how to describe it. It's more of a gut feeling, and I figured, being investigators, it would be right up your alley.
Excellent. Yeah. Do you have any more details? We're happy to help.
Perhaps I would like to discuss it with your team, if possible.
Sure. Yeah. Let me go see if they're available at the moment.
As you go back, you can tell he's pacing quite nervously back and forth in the front of the store. But as all of you arrive, he says, "This is the team. This is it. The three of you."
It's a good team.
Aye, that's us.
Oh, okay. Well, to put it to you bluntly, the two of you, we believe that there is a murderer in our town, and we have no idea how it's happening. But, well, what happened is, a while ago, we had an individual who died. We thought it was a sickness. When we found them, they had sores all over their face. Their face had turned blue, and they had a large purple ring around their neck.
Wait. You're saying the sores were purple?
No. They just sores all over their face and a bluish complexion, much like if you hold your breath too long, and then a purple ring around their neck. But the day before, they had started off with a bit of a cough and a bit of what seemed like an illness, and they kept complaining about how cold they felt. But and then a couple days later, they were gone. And then later, a friend of theirs, the same thing happened to them. And we thought, well, obviously this is just an illness. And
where did you say you're from?
Well, we're from a small town just east of here. It's called Colcrin.
We'll take the job.
Oh, all right. I better tell you the last part. Eventually, we had another individual who suffered under the same circumstances, but they had no contact with either of these other two. And that's when we decided it might be foul play. But I'd be happy to take you. I brought a coach, a carriage and coach, and I would love to leave as soon as we can.
I'm right there with you. Grab your stuff, girls. I think we're going.
Right.
I'm ready.
Excellent.
Is there anything specific anyone packs, or just...
All the usual things. I guess I never described Draven or what he looks like. He's usually wearing the same thing.
Yeah.
He wears kind of like dark, like black leather armor, and he's got a hood, which is sometimes on, sometimes not. And then basically everything he needs is just like strapped to himself.
Okay.
Typical like rogue with like belts of like daggers and all his other equipment and things like that.
Perhaps some symbols or various other things that might be necessary for the trade of...
Yeah, like little
paranormal.
holy symbols. He's got like some books kind of bundled up together.
Cool.
All that. So yeah.
So he brings you out to his coach. It's a fairly standard coach, nothing fancy. Loads you up in it and begins to take off down the road. He seems very concerned. Excuse me. Try not to burp into the mic. And the ride, he is quite quiet. But is there any discussion that happens on the way? He tells you it's
Yes.
about a day and a half to 2 days journey, depending on weather.
Mm-hmm. It kind of seems like Lockwood all over again, no?
I think it's different.
You think?
Mm-hmm.
Mm. What's Lockwood? It was one of our cases, our first case together.
That's right. It was.
Yeah, it was a good case.
What happened?
It was interesting.
These people just kept drowning in their rooms, but no water was involved.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah, and we ended up we met in a library. I knew the story. It's some sailor had died a while past, and I guess something disturbed his soul, and he was enacting his death on everyone else.
Aye. We ended up having a pretty epic fight in a house that filled with water and
Yeah.
barely got out with our lives. Usual story, you know.
Usual story. You're gonna have fun with us.
Aye.
Great.
And Penn starts having second guesses. Okay. As you arrive at Colcrin, you notice it's a mining town, right? It's not tiny, but it's not particularly large. You could call it. I would say it's a fairly decent-sized town, but it's nowhere near a city, right? There's obviously various groups of people who live here, in the sense that there's your poor people, there's obviously the people who work in the mine, and there's obviously the people who own the mine too, judging by their houses. What happens is Jacob takes you, and he says, we don't really have much for accommodations here other than a few hotels, but I've spoken with the town mayor and been able to set up some rooms for you so that you can stay without any sort of cost to yourselves. And then I guess I better let you know of the various locations of the deaths, to which he states which houses everything happened, and says you're welcome to go about your work, and hopefully you can solve this mystery for us.
Thank you.
Right. Well, I'm ready to get going right away.
I'm with you.
Are we
Alright.
able to investigate the bodies, or have they been buried already? Is there like a morgue?
There is a morgue,
Okay.
and you are able to investigate the bodies.
Should we start there?
Good instincts. I'm impressed already. Let's go.
Okay. The morgue is not much more than a room within their medical facility. They have a small hospital and a room off to the side. They said normally by now we would have buried these individuals, but we figured the investigators that we hired might want to look them over, so we kept them here. But help yourself, says the mortician, and if you have any questions, I'll just be outside the room. All right.
I'm interested in the ring around their necks.
Okay. So each of the bodies has a very large purple ring, almost as if it's a bruise.
Does it
around
look
their
like
neck.
strangulation?
It actually is very reminiscent of that.
Okay.
When it's almost as if a rope had been tied around their neck in the size and everything. So
What about the sores?
So the sores they look like they were open wounds at some point. There are various shapes and sizes. Some of them look almost like blisters, but many of them almost look like something has scratched into their skin and damaged it.
Can we... Is the person that we talked to at the beginning in this place, are they still there?
They're just outside. Oh, like Jacob? Or
No,
the
no,
mortician?
like the mortician. Yeah.
They're just outside the room.
Okay.
So.
Can I ask them, like, as far as cause of death goes, was it like actual, like, restriction of the airway by like an outer force, or was it like swelling from the wounds, or something like that? So,
what he says is, as far as I can tell, it seems to be that there was some sort of their bronchial tubes, all that, they seem as if they've been damaged, right? Much like somebody had choked them. However, the outside layer of skin, save this purple ring, doesn't really show evidence of an individual doing physical harm to them.
Interesting.
You see this kind of thing a lot?
Well, as far looking at dead bodies, yes. but
Fair.
I don't. This doesn't look familiar to me. Not quite. I don't think. It's close to something I've seen before.
Okay.
I don't know. Is there anything else we can glean? Like any other wounds? Any other?
They all. The mortician states to you that they all were found in a state of terror. Like their faces look very terrified.
Okay.
It's not like they passed away in their sleep or anything like that.
Was anybody with them at time of death, or were they all alone?
They were all alone.
Okay. No witnesses.
Did any of them have anyone else in the house when they died? Like a different room or sleeping or anything like that?
The first one, there was an individual in the house. It would have been their husband. But he did not... she seemed to be getting sick, is what the mortician said, that this is secondhand knowledge from him, right? He says, they seem to be getting sick. He said he left them in the room. He found them in this state.
Was there any reports of illness from the other victims before they died?
Every single one of
Yes,
them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
What time of day did they each pass?
The mortician says, I'm not entirely sure. That you could probably find that information over at the sheriff's office. I guess, what would they call it? Constable, sheriff?
They can call it sheriff.
Whoever is the law. The guards, we'll say.
Yeah.
The mayor's guards.
Okay.
But you could find that out there. But I really, everything I can tell you is just from hearsay. If you would like to speak to the families, I can give you their addresses, and I have those, as I had to fill out letters to send to them after doing my autopsies.
Yeah, I suppose we'll take the addresses.
Yes, please.
Okay, absolutely. Yeah, so what do you do?
Should we go visit the houses?
Yeah. I don't know, we could stop by the records office quick and see if we can figure anything about time of day, and then maybe head to the houses.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, all right.
let's do that.
So you find the captain of the guard for the town. That's what I was looking for. The captain of the guard for the town, and he states that, what he states is that they found the bodies at different times, One was found in the morning. Another one was found just during the midday. And the third individual, the one that was unrelated to the other two, was actually found on the side of the road at night.
Oh, that's terrifying.
Is there
Okay.
anything else in the sheriff's records that stands out to us as we scale?
Make an investigation check.
Which dice
First
is that?
roll, D20.
D20. Here we go. First roll.
That's
of
not a
the-
D.
this
Oh,
one.
I chose the wrong one.
So the D12
This is
looks
how
like
new
a
I am.
D20.
Okay.
And then you'll add your investigation skill after
What did you roll?
That doesn't bode well.
Is that a 1?
Yeah.
Good job.
First roll of
Good
the
job.
campaign.
First roll of the campaign.
We are off to a great start.
Amazing start. Where do I find
So investigation will be
+4? So it's a
So you got a 5. Okay. So
I don't find anything to
the
find.
captain of the guard, he doesn't really help you very much in finding any of this information, and unfortunately, it's quite disorganized, and you find it very difficult to glean any extra information because it seems like this report is in different parts of the room, and you wonder how he works within this chaos.
How old is the captain of the guard?
He is probably a man in his late 30s to early 40s.
Okay.
I am quite practiced in figuring out disorganized notes from my time with Isaac.
Okay.
Is there anything that I can glean from what's here?
I will allow you to make an investigation check as
Okay.
well.
Roll
that's
better
that's
than
a
me.
fairly good argument.
Good argument for a second chance.
Oh,
that went far.
Okay,
not
and
bad, not
what is
bad.
my investigation? +5. So that's a 19.
A 19. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you're looking for more information.
Yeah,
As to-
in the notes all over the place.
Notes everywhere. So the only thing you see is that you find a personal note written by the guard, as if it's a note that he seems to be sending to someone else, and he talks about how he's quite unhappy with the amount of death that's been happening in the town lately. Obviously, with these 3 individuals, and then also having to deal with the inspector and her execution of recent times.
Oh. I will relay this information to my party members when we're outside of the room, not with them anymore. With the
Before we
guard
go
guy.
out of the room, I will ask the captain of the guard. Have you ever seen anything like this before in town?
He says, "Not on my life. I mean, we've had our fair share of sicknesses, and we've had to go to different healers, and we at one time had to actually go all the way to Metacloud to search out a rather powerful caster to heal the mayor who got very sick, but this is new."
Have there been any other unexplained deaths or happenings in the town recently?
Unexplained deaths? Well, there was a murder recently, and this is not a suspicious potential murder like these individuals. We had an inspector who was well known. Her name was Katrina, and she was well known to hate the town baker, and the town baker was found in her home, beaten to death. So she was put on trial, and she was executed about a week and a half ago.
All right. Well, that's all the business I've got. Ready to
Thank
go.
you for your time.
No problem. If you have any more questions, please don't hesitate. If I'm not out and about, one of my employees can help you.
All right. Should we go check out the houses?
I suppose so.
Okay.
Okay. So you go to investigate. Sorry, the houses of the dead.
Deceased.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. You go to one of the houses,
Yeah.
and okay, first death, second death. third
I think we should
death.
go in
Start
order.
with
Start with the first.
first
Yeah.
victim.
Okay. All right. So arriving, the husband is there, and he takes a look at the three of you, specifically at Draven, and goes, "You must be the paranormal investigators that I hear about."
That's us.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm afraid I don't believe in ghosts, and I don't think that my wife was murdered by a ghost. So, I have nothing to tell you.
Do you mind if we look around?
I do mind.
Okay.
Well, we never said it was a ghost. We don't have any idea what it is.
So you're not one of those highfalutin groups that everything they break out their little tuning forks and try to find ectoplasm in the house or something like that.
No, I think I know who you're talking about, and we're nothing like them.
Oh,
We're interested in the truth. We're just here to have a look around, see if we can spot anything that might help us find out what actually happened.
all right. Well, come on inside. Well, actually, no, make me a persuasion check. I'm not going to give that to you for free. Darn it!
I
It was a good argument.
almost
You-
persuaded the DM.
You can roll at advantage for
Ooh,
this.
advantage. Good. I'll need another die to do that properly. Okay, my persuasion's not very good. Oh, what is that one? Not good either. 9.
9? Okay. Well, I didn't set a very high DC, so you make it in.
Oh, that's very kind of you.
You would have had to roll pretty bad to not get in.
Okay.
But we need more dice rolls. Need more dice rolls.
Yes, we do.
So he allows you in. You put up a very good argument. And he what he does is he says, I haven't really been in the room much since she passed, but I don't know. It just doesn't feel right. It's down the hall. It's the first door on your left.
It's understandable. We'll have a look. You can stay here if you want.
Okay? Yes.
Okay. Let's head on in there.
All right. So entering the room, everyone make me a perception roll.
Perception.
I would like to
Not bad.
take Georgie out as well.
Okay?
My perception is a 20.
Oh, wow. Okay.
10.
And everyone else, what did you get?
17.
10, 17. So what you all notice is the room is noticeably cooler than it should be. Yes.
Okay.
And now what do you do?
I'd like to take Georgie out of my pocket,
Okay?
and I'm just going to ask him to look around the room and let me know if he finds anything interesting.
Okay. So when you say look around the room, as in you put him on the floor and he drives around, or?
He can drive or fly.
Oh yeah, that's right. He has a little propellers.
He's got the helicopter.
Okay. So make an investigation check at advantage.
Okay. With Georgie's stats?
Yes.
Oh, investigation's not going to be good. His perception's amazing. His investigation is... Okay, well, advantage was needed. Yeah. 14.
Okay. And what do the two of you do?
What in the blazes is that contraption?
Sorry, this is Georgie. He's my friend, I guess.
Oh, it's mechanical.
Yeah, it's powered by the Aquium.
Is that one of your things then?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Yeah, I worked on it with Isaac, and we weren't able to finish it together, but I just finished putting them together right before I came and saw you guys, actually.
What does it do?
Right now, it mostly just looks around. He can say yes or no. That's about it. I plan on improving him later, but
Impressive.
yeah.
Okay. Do you two investigate the room as well, or should we just leave it to the mouse?
I'll look around. Now I don't remember if we actually talked about how Draven would go about like trying to talk to a ghost.
Not entirely, but I think organically it will
Okay.
come about.
So if I take out a bell,
Okay.
that's kind of what I would like to do.
Okay.
I'll take out a small silver bell and I'll just give it one solitary ring and then I'll quickly mute it and put it away.
Okay.
And just kind of like look around.
All right.
Okay.
There is nothing that happens at this point in time. However, your little Georgie starts squeaking and squawking as he seems to have become distracted by some horseflies that are in the window of this house.
Okay.
A few of them, like 5 or 6 of them. They all look like they're trying to buzz and get out, but you know how flies are.
If I look closer at these flies, are they just flies, or is there anything of note with them?
They appear like normal flies.
Okay.
Okay? That's it?
Well, they appear like normal flies sounds very different than they are normal flies.
Seem to be.
Can Penelope roll investigation?
Right. We will take
Go
our
ahead.
break at this moment,
Yep.
and we will come back after. All right, everyone, we're back from our break, and just before we dive right back in, there's a couple things I want to say. The first is that the music we use is by Carl Casey, and you can find his music on YouTube at White Bat Audio or on Bandcamp. And he's got awesome music, tons of tracks. He lets you use them for all sorts of things and at a really great price. So please check him out.
Thanks, Carl.
Yeah. And also, I want to give a shout out to BG Emporium, stands for Board Game Emporium. He is the fellow that sold me my gaming table,
Yes.
which he was excellent. He was awesome about it. The one shot that Cameron did, we did on my tiny little dining room table, and we very quickly learned it's not big enough. So thank you. Go check him out. That is bgemporium.ca. So that's bgemporium.ca. All right, and with that, let's get back to it. So you were in the room,
I think we were looking at the horse
and
flies.
you were looking at the horse flies.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
And Georgie's out.
Yeah, so Georgie is interested in the horseflies. So first, I just want to ask Georgie, like, do these horseflies seem strange to you? He can say yes or no just by nodding his head.
So he nods yes.
He nods yes. Okay. Penelope would like to look at the horseflies and investigate them.
Okay.
Carol?
Roll me an investigation check.
12.
Okay. By all outward appearances, they seem like a normal horsefly.
Okay. So I can't see anything strange with them. Hey guys, my mouse is telling me that these horseflies seem strange. Do you notice anything that I'm not seeing? They look normal to me.
Are horseflies animals?
They are a creature.
Yeah.
But like,
and I would
speak
count it
with
as an
animal?
animal. I would count it as an animal, although their intelligence is like 0.01. But
I'm gonna try it anyway. I cast
Oh,
speak with
goody.
animals.
speak with
Goody, goody,
animals.
goody.
Okay. All right. There is no response. But when I say no response, when you generally in the past would cast a speak with animals, you have a connection to them, right? Magically you obtain a connection to be able to determine their thoughts to a degree where you can interpret them and they can interpret yours. You feel as if there is no connection.
I instantly swat one.
Okay. Upon hitting it, you feel it is cold as ice.
Oh.
Did I crush it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did it have guts?
It was very dry, and it crumbles to powder.
Powder. These are not horseflies, are they?
Can I capture one in a little vial?
You may.
Okay.
Yes, let's.
Okay.
I'm assuming I have one on my person. It seems like something I'd have.
Yeah.
So I'll just scoop one up and have a close look at it.
Okay.
And I'll notice that it looks like a normal horsefly, I assume.
Yes,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I grab Georgie and slip him back into my pocket.
All right. Good.
Is there anything else about this room? Like, I don't know if they've changed it since the body was found, like if things have been moved back. Is there like any evidence of anything on the ground, or like something askew, or that might be part of a...
Give me an investigation check.
Okay. Ooh, 22.
22. All right. Upon looking around, you notice on the underside of the bed there are some serious scratch marks where it looks as if the bed moved suddenly, and the boards that run across the center of it have broken down. So they've
So, like, the
snapped
underside?
on the underside.
Okay.
They've snapped and splintered in the center of them.
Okay. And then it looks like the bed was moved.
Yeah, just as if it was jostled. You know,
Okay.
it scratched
Yeah.
the floor.
As if the
As
sorry,
if
the
some-
boards
there
on
was
the
some sort
bed
of
frame broke
impact.
or on the floorboards?
Someone like...
The bed frame.
The
broke.
bed frame broke.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I'll point that out to you guys.
Interesting.
Nothing phases this one, does it?
He's seen it all before.
Yeah. I don't know that we've got much else to find here. Not that I've seen anyway.
Should we go check out the other?
I'd just like to ask this
Locations?
fella one question before we go, but
Okay.
yeah. I noticed that the bed was broken in there. Do you know anything about that?
Georgie says, "No, the bed's always been fine.
Hmm.
You're telling me it's broken?"
Aye, the frame's been bowed in at the centre. It's completely snapped. The floor is scraped as if the bed was jostled about. You didn't hear anything?
No.
Okay.
I didn't, but I was asleep. My wife, she seemed quite sick, and I was having trouble sleeping, so I slept out on the couch. But perhaps something happened in the night. Do you think somebody did something to her? There was no signs of a forced entry.
Not that we noticed. It's a little too early to say. You're the first house we've stopped at. I think we need to do some more looking.
Okay. All right. Absolutely.
All right, well, thank you.
Yes. Please let me know if you find anything.
And I will
Yeah.
walk out.
Yeah. It's safe to assume he hasn't used the room since his wife was found.
Yeah, fair enough.
But okay. At the second house,
Yeah, I'll just go in
Yeah,
order.
we're
eh?
going.
the
Yeah.
second house, what it is it's a young worker of the mine. It's a boy. He's probably about 19 years old, just working at the mine, helping to support his family. And upon interviewing his mother, she says, "Well, he's quite a rowdy boy, and the night of everything, he sounded like he was jumping up and down in his room, or at least, and the noises were no different than any other, but perhaps not."
How old was he?
19.
19. Okay.
Would you mind if we went to his room to have a look?
Go ahead. Yes.
Thank you.
Okay. In this room, you can see that there is a chair that's been broken. All of the legs have busted out, and the chair's, kind of it's as if the legs blew out from under it, and it's laying flat on the ground, kind of a thing.
Okay.
And he was found near the chair.
Okay.
Does this room feel cold as well?
Yes.
Do I see any horseflies?
Good question.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. These ones are also trying to escape the window.
Dravin,
yeah.
pull out your vial and see if your horsefly interacts
That's a good idea.
with these ones.
I will. I'll put my vial next to the other ones. Are these ones in a window too?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Trying to
They're
escape.
just trying to fly out like a standard fly would.
Okay.
But
Is there any reaction between them? Do they
no, they don't. They don't interact in any way.
at
No.
all? Okay. Never mind.
I'll try my. I'll take my bell out here too.
Okay.
Just to ding.
Nothing happens.
Okay.
I think we need to pause again. Just a little side talk while we were pacifying the baby. Magic is there's obviously some people who would know some magic in this town, as well as ghosts in Edenclave in the parted Vale are unable to abide sunlight. So that's just some knowledge for everyone. Okay, so you're in the room. What do you do now?
So we found the horseflies,
Yes.
same as the other place. The chair has been crushed,
Yeah, more broken
Yep.
furniture.
kind of like the bed was broken.
Yep.
Okay. And it does feel colder.
I want to look around for any notes.
Okay. Ooh. Okay, that's a good idea. Give me an investigation check at advantage.
So I roll this twice.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Well, the first one's a 19. And so I got this 16. So
So first one's a 19 plus
plus 4, 23.
23. Very good. All right. So you find that this boy kept a journal, and in this journal, a few entries back, you see that he writes that. Let me just bring this up here. He says, Campbell had us put up some signs today in the mine. Apparently there's some highfalutin inspector who is showing up, and he came running down in a hurry saying that she'd shown up a few days early, and he asked us to put some no passage signs in some of the deeper areas of the mine. He wasn't very happy when he found out we didn't quite get them up in time, but he yelled at us pretty bad, but he hasn't fired me, so I guess I get to keep going to work.
Okay.
Cool. And is that the last entry he wrote?
No,
You said it was
no,
a
there
few
are other
entries back.
entries that
Okay.
happen after. But there is one
Nothing
entry
with importance,
about him
though.
visiting his friend who was sick,
Okay.
that lady and her husband, whose house you had been at prior. But that is the last entry.
Okay.
I want to look for much else here. Do we want to just check out the last one?
I think so.
Just
yeah.
to confirm that there's similarities between all three.
The execution was who again?
The inspector.
Yeah, the
inspector?
investigator.
Inspector,
or
yeah.
whatever they
Okay,
were.
like the mine inspector
Yes.
from this. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And the inspector killed who?
The town baker.
The town baker. Okay.
Okay. Let's head to the last house.
Okay. So, an elderly lady answers the door. Not elderly. She's probably closer to like late 50s, but not old, not ancient. She answers the door, and she's oh, you must be the inspectors in town.
Yes, ma'am. That's us.
Oh, okay. Well, you're probably here for Fred, who died. Come on in. Is there anything I can get you? She begins to offer you, various baked goods and tea and things like that.
Tea would be lovely.
Okay.
Thank you.
Just a moment. It'll be a moment. She runs off into the kitchen to do that. The house is rather quaint. Looks like she collects fine china.
Didn't you say the third body was found on the side of the road?
Yes.
Okay.
But they gave us an address, not where the body was found.
This
Just
is
Right.
where
So this
they
is
lived.
Yeah.
Okay.
So after about 5 minutes, she comes back with some tea for you, and she puts out some biscuits for everyone. And she says, so you probably have some questions for me.
Yes, ma'am.
Go ahead.
What?
Right, questions. Sorry, I just
What was
compute
your
here.
relationship to
Good question.
the person that was found?
Oh, my husband?
It was your husband.
Yes,
I'm so
yes.
sorry for your loss.
Well, thank you. It's a terrible thing. Do you really think he was murdered?
Well,
That's what we're here to find out.
we're still trying to find out the details. Was he sick at all before he died?
He did have some moments where he came down with a bit of a cough, a bit of a cold, but nothing serious.
And the area that he was found, is it common for him to be around there?
Yeah, he takes a walk there quite frequently.
Okay.
He walks down around the town square and on his way home. I should mention this house sets at the edge of town, so it would be a decent walk for him to do that. Probably a little bit outside of the edge of town.
Okay.
Now, this next question might seem a little weird, but has any furniture in the house broken recently?
No.
Another strange question. Have you had any trouble with horseflies lately?
No, none at all.
All right.
And a third strange question. Has any part of your home felt really cold lately?
No. I mean, I'm always cold, but no more cold than normal.
Would you be able to take us to the place where he was found?
Well, she leans out and she points to a tree. She says, just down the road, you see that large elm tree a ways away. You see it's kind of down where it would be the turn to come onto the street that leads to them near the edge of town. She said he was found right beneath that tree.
All right. Well, I don't have any more questions. Either of you?
Should we go check out the tree?
Yeah, I think that would be good.
Okay.
Well, thanks for your time. And for the biscuits.
And the tea, it was lovely.
Come back anytime. Okay.
Sorry for your loss, Ken.
Thank you. Go find whoever did it. Now, so you go and check out the tree.
Yeah, that area would be good.
Okay. Upon arriving at the tree, the air feels cooler than it once did. And you notice there is a spot in the grass where there's some smear marks, as if something, hit and moved in the dirt.
Okay.
Any horseflies?
No flies.
They don't need to escape.
Yeah. Well, Penelope, your first test.
Okay.
What are you thinking so far?
I'm thinking I'd like to take these horseflies and look at them under a microscope.
I want to let it
Interesting.
go.
I don't know what a microscope is, but it sounds fancy.
Would we have a microscope?
You would have one.
I would have a
but they
microscope.
would not know what one is. Yes.
Valid.
Would I have read
They're pretty
about
cool.
one?
I'll
though?
have to show you.
It's a fairly newer
Yeah.
thing.
Did you only take one?
I only took one.
Can we go back and get more?
My thoughts exactly.
I want to open the window and follow them.
I think that's a great idea.
Ooh.
Okay.
I like to know where they're trying to get to. We could release this little one, but it might be harder to follow a single fly
Yeah.
than a lot of them.
Okay. So you go back to one of the houses and you open the window.
Back to the second one.
The second
Yes.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Upon opening the window, the flies burst out and they take off. They follow a fairly general path in the same direction, but you have to keep up.
I use my, what's it called? Long strider.
Oh.
Which I have level 1 and 2, and I believe level 2 lets me add it to one more person.
Probably, yes.
I am going to ask Georgie to chase them. He has a fly speed of 50 feet with hover.
There you go.
Nice.
All right.
Georgie
him.
can just join the fly.
Okay, so who do you give Longstrider to?
Do I have to use it on myself as well? It says you touch a creature, the target's speed increases by 10 feet until the spell ends.
You don't have
So
to
you
use
can give it
yourself.
to someone else if you want.
Okay, can I give it to both of them and I also walk quickly, or do I have to, like, if I want to walk quickly?
Because you can only give it to one other individual.
Choose. You can choose
using
2,
a
you said?
higher level spell
Yeah.
slot, you can target one additional, and I have level 1 and 2.
Oh, so you could just cast it twice and give it to everybody.
There we go.
Okay, I should mention
that
we are
would use
using
spell slots.
I have 4, right? And
I
I've
don't
used
remember.
1.
Yeah, you used
So
one for
that would
speak with
use-
animals,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And are they all just level 1 spell slots, or no? Oh, you've got 4 first level.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't have any second level spell slots,
Oh.
so you won't be able to cast it at second level yet.
But you could cast it 3 times.
You could cast it 3 times.
She's
Yeah.
got 3
Except
first
she's
level
already
spell
used
slots
one
left.
to do speak with animals.
But you
And
said
she
she
has
has
4
4?
slots,
Fine.
right?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. She
Yeah.
has
So
a
3
slot.
left?
So you could cast it 3 separate times.
You want to use
Done.
all of your spell slots. to
And
do
I
it.
it's
sure do,
just an
because I
action,
really want to
right.
keep up to these.
Yeah, it's just an action.
Okay.
Yeah.
I should mention we're using the 2024 rules for this. We decided to give those a shot and see how they play out. So if you find any discrepancies from what you're used to, consult your 2024 handbook rules. Or realize that we don't know the rules very well. We might have made a mistake. So.
Yep, it'll happen. That's D&D.
So I say, come on, guys.
All right, sweet. Well, I will not make you make athletics checks to keep up then, because it adds how many feet?
10 feet.
10 extra feet.
Okay, perfect. So you begin to follow the flies, and they take you outside of town. And they take you quite a ways outside of town, probably close to a mile. And there you find yourselves in a bog, a swampy bog that is near the town. It seems drier than normal, as this town seems to have been going through a bit of a dry spell, but it is a bog nonetheless. Make me an investigation check while you're there.
All of us?
Mm-hmm.
21.
Oh, I don't know which one of those I rolled. Sorry.
12 for me.
Oh, 9.
Okay. All right, so Mara, what you notice is the flies seem to coalesce near a certain tree. This is a very large tree. And hanging from this tree are the obvious signs of ropes, as there have been things that have hung at this tree in the past. But the ropes have
how
been
many?
cut. There's probably 6 or 7 spread throughout some of the thicker branches.
I point this out to them.
All right, test number 2, Penelope. What do you think?
I mean, the victims looked like they'd been hung by the bruising on their necks.
Mm-hmm.
These horseflies have led us here.
Is there... I examined the ground beneath the tree
Okay.
for like some sort of portal or something. My theory being that these people were transported there, hung there, cut there, and as they were cut, they fell through back to where they were.
Okay.
That's what I'm thinking.
I like that theory.
There is no
Interesting.
evidence of such a thing. There are footprints around,
Okay.
but there are footprints of various individuals and various things. It doesn't, and I should say boot prints here.
Boot prints.
but there's obviously been multiple people who have been here in the past.
Okay.
I think we need to find more out about this inspector that was executed.
Yeah. Do you think that they're connected?
I suspect so. I'm guessing this is the town hanging tree. And I'm guessing that this inspector was killed here.
Oh. And this is why you're the boss.
Well, we haven't been proved right yet.
Okay, so what do you guys do?
Would this be where the execution happened?
Better go find out.
Let's ask somebody.
All right, yeah,
But
let's go.
before we leave, is
Yeah.
there anything else that we would notice? Like if we just take a minute, I tell everyone, be quiet, look around.
Nothing in particular.
Okay.
Ooh, can I try? No, it's probably too sunny here for ghosts. Hey. Okay, never mind. I won't do that. Let's go back to the captain of the guard.
Okay.
That's where I want to go, unless anyone wants to go to a different place.
I would like to go to the captain of the guard.
Okay.
I'd like to ask where the hanging happened. If
Yes.
it was in that tree or if they have like a
Okay.
town center news. I don't know.
So upon arriving back at town, I should say it's probably getting closer towards evening, like 6 o'clock at this time of day, with all the interviews and going around town and walking out to the tree and back.
Right.
The captain of the guard confirms your suspicions. He says, "Oh yes, that's definitely the hanging tree. We do it in the bog because it's a ways out of town, and it keeps the rather unsightly thing from the eyes of the people here. So,
Where's the inspector's body?
the inspector's body. Well, she's been buried.
Did she have a cold before she passed?
I wouldn't know. Well, you know what? I wouldn't know, but I could let you speak to the guardsman who arrested her.
Thank
It's
you.
not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Okay. He gives you an address and gives you his name. His name is Jonathan. And yeah. So you head to his house?
Yes,
Yeah,
please.
let's do that.
All right.
There's
So
a fly.
how do you approach Jonathan? What do you say to him?
I think I would do the introduction.
Do it.
Okay.
Just my standard spiel. Hi, we're the Dark Rune Detectives. You've probably heard about us being around.
Yes, I heard about you. You're here investigating the killings.
We are, but actually we're here to talk to you about something different. The inspector's execution. You arrested her?
Me and a group of individuals. Yes, I was in charge that night.
Right.
What about the inspector? What does that have to do with these killings?
We don't know yet. We just are curious. Was she sick? Was she sick when you arrested her?
I think she had a bit of a cold. Yes, I seem to remember her sneezing in the face of one of our men. He didn't quite like that. But yeah, it seemed to be. We arrested her when she arrived back in town. When the baker was found in her house, she was not around, so we waited for her to return home and arrested her on the spot.
Do you happen to know where she was?
Somewhere out of town. She's one of those highfalutin folks, rather stuck up and she was out of town, probably at a book club or something.
I'm starting to think you're right about this being like Lockwood.
It feels like it.
Do you know when she went to inspect the mine?
No, I know nothing about that.
Do you mind if we look around her house?
Go ahead. Yes, the investigation is complete.
Cool.
Nobody's been there since, so have at it.
Perfect.
All right. Yeah.
Do y'all want to ask anything else before we leave?
I can't think of anything
I
else.
don't think I have any questions. I would like to take one of these flies to a microscope.
Okay.
Could I do that while they go check out the third or the?
Do you have a
investigators?
Split the
microscope?
party.
Yeah,
Apparently she
it's
does.
a bad idea.
I'm just the DM.
I mean, we have like a home base in the hotel we're staying at, right?
Yeah.
So you could probably just go there.
Yeah.
Would I have a microscope with me?
You do have your. Well, I don't know. Did you bring it?
I probably would have if I had one.
Or some
Knowing your character,
some
yes.
lenses to
probably have
fashion
one.
something that could be
Yeah.
some sort of
I'm
microscope.
like-
sure
like
I have
goggles.
glass blowing
Yeah.
tools if I need.
Yeah, fancy goggles with all the like tipping lenses. That seems very.
Yeah, I am gonna take this horsefly back to the hotel.
I know this fly is like flying around.
Oh my goodness.
He just wants to be part of the
This is
campaign.
He
immersive.
is part of the campaign.
Yes, yes. Welcome to D&D
Yeah.
in 4D. So, okay, we will start with you back at the, back at your apartment or whatever,
Yeah.
hotel. And so you put the fly under a microscope.
Yes.
And is there anything in particular you're looking for, or just general observations?
General observations at first,
Okay.
and then we'll go from there.
Okay. So give me a perception check on this.
14.
14?
Mhm.
Okay. You notice that this fly is missing a significant part of its body.
Which part?
You would say like a chunk of the abdomen is missing.
It's just missing. But
Just
the fly
missing.
still seems alive?
The fly moves around as if it's just unaffected.
Huh.
Zombie flies.
Speak. Fly!
And the one that we swatted, you said it just kind of crumbled to a powder?
Yes.
I would like to squish this fly.
Okay.
Yeah.
It crushes to dust.
And do I notice anything interesting about the dust that it crushes into?
It looks like fly dust.
Is fly dust a thing?
Fly dust.
Just the dust made from a fly.
I don't know about you, but flies that I've swatted don't turn to dust.
I may have found an old fly once and it got squished.
Or these like dead, are they corpse flies? They're dead. They're dry and they crumble and these are zombie flies. Are they zombie flies? I think they're zombie flies.
Yep.
Maybe. All right, let's go off to.
I'm gonna head back towards them, but it'll take me a while to get there.
Yes. So you arrive at what's her bucket's house. Katrina.
Oh,
is
yeah.
her name.
The
You would have been given
inspector
her
is
name Katrina.
Okay.
Yes. It's a rather nice house. She seems to have been a little higher in society. Immaculately kept. However, give me a perception check.
Both of us?
Yep. There's a lot of those tonight.
Ooh, that's not great. 9.
Okay.
18.
18. You notice that her coach, a rather nice one, a red one, seems to be covered in mud.
What
But,
word did you just say? Couch?
Coach.
Coach. What is that?
Like a
Like
carriage.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's okay. You're using your brain hard tonight. Okay. So yes, it's covered in mud and it seems very much out of place from the rest of the house, which is immaculately kept.
The mud is all like dried out. Though,
Oh yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
How did the baker die again? She killed him. She killed
Beaten
him.
to death is I think what the guy told us.
Yes, that is
Yeah.
what was said. Okay. Upon entering the house, you notice that, again, immaculately kept house, wonderful. But in the dining room, there is a chair that is broken to pieces, and what looks to be an obvious murder scene in it. Granted, there's no bodies.
Is it broken
Are they at the investigator's house?
in the same
The
way?
Baker's house.
They're in the investigator's house.
The investigator's house.
Is it broken as if something had been dropped on top of it?
No.
No.
It does not look that way.
Okay.
Can I look for any sort of like documentation? She's like an inspector. I want to see if I can find official like inspection notes or things like that.
Yeah. So give me an investigation check.
14? Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So yes, in her room, you find a private box that inside, neatly filed, are all these past investigations she's done. Apparently, she's the investigator, or like inspector for mines of this region. So it's not just this mine that she's done, and she has reports, meticulous reports on every single one of them. Most notably, though, there is no report for the mine in this town.
And that's the mine from the journal entry.
Yes.
Yeah. Interesting.
Okay.
I'll just go to Mara and I'll say, I think we might need to pay this mine a visit, or at least the foreman of the mine or something like that.
Sure.
I'd like to know if she went there.
Okay, yeah, I'm down. I do want to just look around the house.
Oh yeah,
A
let's
little bit
carry
more.
on.
We'll wait for Penn to show back up.
Okay. So I would say with all of the looking they've been doing, you would show
You're
up
there by
fairly,
now?
very
Cool.
quickly.
Penelope comes running
nice.
in. The flies are zombies!
Yeah.
I look a little bit. I'm a little bit shocked, but I'm not shocked that he's not shocked.
You've known the whole time?
Why did I bother
Whether
with
or
the
not-
microscope if you already knew that?
You're taking the right steps. It's good.
I just give you like a knowing nod.
Okay. Go ahead and make me an investigation check for the rest of the house.
Ooh, I'm good at this. It was just my
Yeah.
first roll.
We're all good at investigating, I think, which is great.
good because that's our
Since we're
job.
investigators.
23.
23, all right.
Nicely done.
You notice on the broken chair in the house, so it's, splintered wood and everything, right? That there is a part of it where the wood has splintered and frayed. There's a bunch of very fine white silky fibers that are stuck to it, as if something caught on it.
Okay. Do I recognize the type of material?
Regrettably, the baby has made boom boom.
Good job, Madeline.
Yes, the mics may
Sorry,
not
what
have
was
picked
that question? I was a little distracted.
Do I recognize the material of these fibers? Does it seem familiar to me?
It's like silk.
Silk. Okay. I point this out to Dravin.
Okay.
White silk. Do bakers usually wear white silk? I don't think so.
I can't imagine his apron would have been silk, but it's worth checking. Can we take a sample of?
Yeah, you
the
can take
silk?
it.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
wanna
good
it was
idea.
obviously missed by whoever investigated this place previously. So
Any horseflies in here?
none.
And is any part of the house cold?
No.
Okay.
Okay. Interesting. Well, I will tell Penelope that I think we need to find out if Katrina ever went to the mine. So next, I think I would like to try and talk to the foreman of the mine, or like go to the mine itself. I don't know.
The entry itself said that they didn't get the signs up in time.
Right. So my thought is, what if the inspector went there and went deeper than she was supposed to and got exposed to something?
Ah.
I'm curious to know if anybody else in town is getting the cold-like symptoms. Are there potential upcoming victims we could prevent?
I guess we should find out how it spreads. The
Or if
guard
it
that
does spread.
the guard
'Cause they
that
said
arrested
the third
her-
person had no connection.
right, the guard that
First.
arrested her said she sneezed in somebody's face. We should find out if they got sick. If not, well, I think we need to visit the mine.
Okay. We'll visit the mine and ask. I don't know who we'd ask. Is it like a relatively small town? Everybody knows each other?
I said about a medium-sized town.
Okay, medium size.
I imagine it's kind of like end of the day. There wouldn't be anyone like working at the mine at this time. Or?
No, not at this time. Yeah,
Okay.
because you're probably close to 7, 8 o'clock at night at this point now.
Okay.
And
so we
just
could.
asking somebody, does anybody in town have a cold? Probably wouldn't get us anything.
You'd be hard pressed. I mean, if you roll on the dice, right,
Yeah.
like a
Yeah.
Okay.
needle in a haystack, if somebody was.
Yeah.
Can we go back to the second house with the nice lady
Yes.
whose son died, and just ask her who the foreman of the mine
Yeah.
was? Yeah.
To which she gives you the name of Campbell Glint.
Campbell Glint.
Yes. He's actually not just the foreman, he's the owner of the mine.
Oh.
I would like to put up, like, posters. Do you have a cold? Please come see us.
I think we'll pause there for a moment and allow you to
Change the baby's
change
diaper?
the baby. Yes.
Yes.
So it was Campbell Glint.
Campbell Glint.
Okay.
We are back.
And did she give us the address as well? Where he lives?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
In fact, he owns one of the biggest, most highfalutin places in town. Okay.
All right.
All right.
Should we go there?
Now it's like 8:30 at night.
So it's not too late yet.
You gonna go
At
there?
least not by my standards.
Okay.
We're going.
You'd be the kind of person who'd, like, knock on somebody's door at 11:30 p.m.
Yep.
I've had to
totally.
stop him a couple of times.
It's not too late yet, Mara. Let's go.
All right. Arriving at his home, you go up his steps. Give me a perception check.
Each of us?
Yep.
14.
10.
Cass.
Oh. Sorry, for some
Alright.
reason I thought you were not talking to me. 16.
Okay. So, Penelope, you realize as you're going up the steps that they're quite uneven. Like very much uneven, his steps. Okay?
Okay.
And in the dark, you can see the lights coming from his house, right? It's night. It's dark now. And you knock on the door, to which a little boy answers it and says, "Hello."
Hello, we're looking for Campbell Glint.
Oh, that's my dad.
Can we have a word with him?
Yeah. Oh, okay. And he just he walks, like 10 feet back in the house. Dad! like any kid. I'll go get him. Dad! To which you hear a man coming around the corner. How many times do I have to tell you not to shout in the house? Oh, hello there. Can I help all of you?
Good evening, sir. We're sorry to bother you. We're in town investigating about the recent deaths.
Oh, yes. Terrible business. Yes. Terrible
Aye.
for business, actually.
Aye, they are. We had one quick question. Did Katrina, the inspector, come to the mine recently?
Why, yes, she did. She did go to the mine, and she, yeah. I mean, what would you like to know?
Do you know what day and time roughly that was?
Well, she was supposed to come on Monday of last week, but she actually showed up the Friday before. Rather rude, if you ask me, but she did.
What day was the first death?
The first death happened Friday a week later. So from the Friday he said she showed up, a week later the first death happened.
Okay. How did the inspection go? Did she notice anything? Was there any problems she had?
It was a standard inspection. Katrina's known to be rather a stick in the mud, and she had various things she said we needed to work on, but I would say it was a standard inspection.
Is he lying?
Make me a perception... an insight check.
Insight. 8.
8. As far as you can tell, he's
Telling
telling
the
you
truth.
exactly what happened.
Okay.
Is she pretty thorough in the inspections? She tried to go everywhere?
She's been known to be very thorough in her inspections, yes.
This might be a weird question. Have you had any interesting discoveries at the mine recently? Anything out of the ordinary? I'm not trying to pry, it's just a standard question.
Well, if you're asking about for business things, I have to be careful about that. But no, just standard things. It's a coal mine, and we mine coal. And unfortunately, as much as I would love to stumble on something amazing, just coal.
Are we still at the front door?
Yes.
Do you mind if I use your washroom? Do you mind if we just step inside?
Go ahead. Yes, that's fine.
Okay, which direction is it?
It's just down the hall and to the right, third door down.
Perfect.
It's a large house.
Sweet. As soon as I'm out of sight, I start looking for the inspector's report.
Okay. Give me an investigation check and a stealth check.
Oh, shoot. Am I stealthy? I am stealthy. Okay.
Good.
Which one first? Investigation?
You choose.
Oh, shoot. I'll do investigation first.
Well, that went far.
21.
Whoa,
21 for
okay.
investigation. All right.
Hopefully the stealth is just
Hopefully I'm stealthy. Yeah, 22.
All
Oh
right.
my gosh, wow.
So you can see
Secret agent over here.
down at the far end of the hall. Yeah, those were excellent.
Great, yeah.
Down at the far end of the hall, there is a door that is cracked open. There's a bit of candlelight coming out from it. No, scratch that. There's a little bit of an amber light. And as you peer in, you can see this man, being fairly wealthy, has some electric lights in his house, a bit of electricity, very much a luxury in these parts. And in this office, at his desk, there's many different papers. Upon approaching the desk, though, there is one that is hidden. It's under. there's one that's under a paperweight, and you catch the name of Katrina signed at the bottom of it. It is an inspection of the mine.
Perfect. I steal it.
Okay. All right.
Sweet. And this is something we've done before, so Draven knows I'm up to something.
Yes.
And is-
I'll try to come up with more questions.
Yeah.
One I will ask is, would you mind if we came down to the mine sometime to have a look around? Where,
you want a tour of the mine?
in a manner of speaking, yes.
Well, I mean, if you're wanting me to just show you around, that is something I can do on some of the more superficial areas of the mine. But if you're meaning to do an investigation, I'm afraid you're going to have to get the proper warrants and permits.
All right. Well, we'll consider what it is we need to do, but I suspect a deeper investigation might be needed.
For what reason?
Well, since it is an ongoing investigation, we don't have all the facts yet. All we can really say is we suspect that Katrina's acts before she was executed might have something to do with the recent sickness.
Really?
Aye.
Do you think she's... we all know that she murdered the baker. Are you saying that she may have left something behind that's now murdering other people in the town?
Maybe.
I flush the toilet, run the sink really quick. I can overhear. Well, can I overhear the conversation?
You wouldn't
a
be
little
able to. No.
Okay.
Too far
But
away.
they'd fill you in, I'm
Okay,
sure.
but I do start coming down. As I get close enough, I start to hear some of this conversation,
Mhm.
and I just tell Draven that I'm not feeling great.
Okay.
Well, if that's the case, we should probably get going. But thank you for your time. I suppose we'll probably see you soon.
No problem. None at all. I should say, by the way, when you're in the bathroom, there's many different scented candles
Yes.
about.
Okay.
These scented candles have a little emblem, and it's like the glints. You can glean from it that his wife makes scented candles and sells them.
Okay.
And she's just got a bunch in her own bathroom.
Love it. Are they all lit?
No.
All at the same
You know,
time.
they're like everyone's scented candle collection. They sit there forever.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Perfect.
To which Campbell says, "Well, thank you for stopping by. I hope you catch whoever is committing these terrible atrocities in our town. It's terrible what's happened, and yeah. Well, if there's anything I can do for you, just let me know."
Thank you.
Cool. How much of their conversation would I have caught?
Probably just
coming
the
down
tail
the
end of it.
stairs? Okay.
Well, what'd you find?
I think he framed Katrina.
Really?
Yeah. He had the he had the report
Oh.
So,
that was missing.
So on this report, it is stamped and sealed by Katrina, and it is the mine inspection. And I would suppose you go over it, right?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
haven't
yeah.
I
We'll
haven't
have a
looked at
look.
it yet, but I just have it.
Mhm.
I found it, I hid it, and I'm like, there's the report, it's there, and that's enough for me to think that he framed her.
Yep.
But
I'll
now we're gonna
definitely
look at
have
the
a,
report.
Okay.
What do we
a
see in it?
thorough look.
It
Yeah.
is scathing. It is terrible. It talks about terrible working conditions. It talks about mining code not being up to snuff, areas rotting, and that the mine is actually delving too deep and too close to the town itself. And Katrina's recommendation is that the mine itself be shut down.
Okay.
That would probably kill the town, eh?
Probably.
Dang.
It'd definitely kill his business.
Yep.
That seems like plenty of motivation to get somebody executed.
Yep.
Well, I don't think this quite counts as a full proof that he did it, but it's definitely a start.
I forgot something important. Oh no.
Oh no.
What did you forget?
When you were in, so there's a lot to this. It's a mystery. There's lots
That
of
pull
things.
us out way too fast.
So just an addition. In his room, where you found the report, there is a silk jacket with a hole in it.
Is it white?
Yes.
Did I notice it?
Yes.
I would have
You
grabbed
would have
that
noticed
too.
it. Yeah.
I could have.
You
take
that
that?
jacket?
Oh, no.
Okay.
This
All right.
guy's coming after us. We gotta work fast now.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
I saw the report. I'm like, whoosh, and as I'm going, I'm like, I see the jacket. I'm like, yeah. So those two together is, I'm 100% sure with that jacket. Then, so as I'm coming down those stairs, I start like I hear him. That's why I fake sick. I was like, you have to stop talking to this man
All right.
about what your intentions
So-
are.
On your way home, you pass into the town and you're walking along. The streets are fairly deserted, save for a couple people meandering about here and there, right? But give me just a second here. As you're walking, you come across a man who seems to be returning home from probably a bar or an inn, bar or a tavern, and while doing so, he starts to cough and to grab at his face in the distance and starts to yell.
Oh, it's go
Spotting
time.
flies. Is he
It seems
grabbing,
to
or
be. It seems to be. He's making this motion at a distance.
Draven runs.
Okay. All right.
to him or away from him?
To him.
I'm an investigator, but I'm a coward when it gets down to it. No. Okay.
When Draven runs, I run.
Okay.
Yeah, I trust him.
What do you do?
I'm there.
Penelope will follow.
Okay, you follow.
She's like, oh, we're going, okay.
Upon approaching him, he looks up and his face is covered in flies, horseflies. They seem to be biting him, and he
that's
is
where the-
gasping for breath. And in a moment, as you begin to reach him, you see he begins to hover up from the ground.
This is
And-
just like Lockwood. Draven.
Well, there's similarities, I'll grant you, but it's not the same.
He begins gasping for breath and turning blue, and just behind him you see a visage of a woman. Her eyes are bulging and dark around them. She has a menacing look of anger on her face as she stares at the man and takes notice of the three of you. She lets out a shriek as her hair waves as if underwater and goes back and forth. And the man starts to clutch at his throat as a large purple ring begins to form around it. What do you do?
Draven?
Yeah, I
Can you
yell.
kill a ghost?
I yell. Put him down, Katrina.
The ghost's eyes look at you, and it's as if you feel ice piercing you. No damage. You take no damage, but she takes immediate notice of you and lets out a shriek.
We're here to stop what's been done. We're gonna right the wrong that was done to you. Now put him down.
The ghost it lets out a longer wail, and the man drops to the ground, and immediately the ghost flies directly at you. You may make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. All right. Where's my saves? Dexterity save. That's a 12.
Okay. You feel the ghost pass through you, and as it does so, you take 7 cold damage as it passes directly through you and dissipates into the night. And the man, by the way, has dropped to the ground, probably a good 12 feet from the ground, or from the air.
Oh, he was lifted high.
He was lifted fairly high, yes.
Did he
with
drop
a sickening
dead,
snap.
or did he drop
He
and
is
start
he is gasping for breath,
Okay.
but in a he's gasping for breath and almost trying to yell at the same time, like this terrible noise is coming from his mouth.
I am going to run to him and try to tend to his wounds.
Since Pen runs to him, I run to Draven.
To Draven, the first thing you notice is both of his legs have snapped from the impact.
Poor guy.
Yes.
Okay.
But Draven, you feel drained.
Have
and
I been
cold.
saying your name wrong?
It's the
Draven?
Whoops.
It's
I
okay.
think we need to pause again. I need to wrap her up.
Okay.
She's
We
getting
will
a
give
little
it a
fussy.
quick pause
You're
and wrap
tired.
the baby.
Mhm.
And we are back. So,
Thank you for your patience with the fussy baby.
you ran up to Draven.
Yeah.
And I said it was like ice had passed through you. You feel a little drained.
I'll be all right. Go help him.
So I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
So both the man's legs are broken. Like I said, his legs. I should say probably his ankles is probably better.
Because he landed.
Yeah, just crunch. And because he looked like he was hanging, is what it looked like, and then he just dropped like somebody cut the string. And the first thing you notice is he's quite inebriated.
Okay. Cool. I'm tending to whatever injuries he has. If I use my battle medic? Would that help, or like?
I would say you could probably help splint his legs and get him. get him. He probably cried out like that.
That's the sound he made.
As soon as you touched his leg.
Good act. But
She'll play all of our NPCs.
yeah.
Sound effects.
So you could splint his legs and get him ready. To which you're able to get out of him his address, and you're welcome to take him home should you desire, because he's probably not getting home on his own tonight.
Could we take him to a hospital?
Yeah, is that medical facility open?
Oh yeah,
We went
yeah,
to?
it's a
Yeah.
hospital. So
Okay.
Yeah.
let's go there.
Take him there.
okay, so you take him there. They admit him. One of the nurses asks you what happened.
Are we able to talk to him, like, on the way to
Yeah.
the hospital? Can he speak?
Yeah, it's a little slurred and doesn't always make complete sense, but yes.
I want to ask him if he knows what happened.
As in,
Like, do you know what started this for you?
he said, no, I was just walking home, and next thing I knew, I was there were flies all over my face, and then I couldn't breathe.
Do you have any connection to Katrina before she was executed?
Who?
That answers that question.
Have you been to the mines recently?
I work in the mines.
All right.
Were you there the day that the inspector came?
Yeah, the inspector came to the mines, and she showed up pretty early. And boss was not very happy about it.
Did she go anywhere she wasn't supposed to?
Well, she's an inspector. She can go wherever she wants.
Did you speak to her personally?
No.
No interactions with her.
No.
Have all of the deaths been mine employees? Not really asking him. He wouldn't know.
This guy's like, what?
No.
No?
No. The old man wasn't.
Okay.
But the old man was in her area.
And the woman probably wasn't.
No,
either.
she wouldn't have been.
Sorry,
either.
that probably is like me judging. I should.
Sorry.
Women can work in mines. I'm sorry.
It's a fairly traditional place.
That was the sense I got from the husband.
Good job
so-
checking your assumptions.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's a fairly traditional place.
Yeah. Okay. You get myself into trouble. Yeah.
Cancelled on episode 1.
Don't come at him in the comments. There. So
Women can work in mines if they want
No.
to.
Yes,
no,
they
I
certainly
would-
can.
okay.
But why would they want to?
Fair point. Why would anyone want to?
Okay. So yeah, no, it's there seems to be no connection with any of the individuals who have passed away, and Katrina specifically. It just seems random.
Interesting.
Well, I
Well,
think
let's-
should we let this guy
Yeah.
get better at the hospital?
Go to the hospital.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. What do you call it a night, or what do you do now?
Sorry, I cut you off earlier. The medic.
Oh yeah.
Oh, there's just a medic who asks you what happened. They're just
Oh.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like, what's very surprised that you drug in a drunk man with two well, I shouldn't say surprised, but maybe they're wondering what were you trying to do? Jump between roofs? Like
Yeah. I don't know. We just tell him that he had a fall.
Mm-hmm.
We helped him out.
Very honest of you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. And then I don't know. Unless you guys want to discuss what happened and theories today, I think probably just call it a night for our investigating.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sleep on it. We saved a life today. That's exciting.
We did. And did you see your first ghost, Penelope?
Yeah. That is a new experience for
Good.
me, I must say.
Good. Well, at least now you know they're real.
All right. Well, so you may benefit from a long rest. I think actually, yes, you would benefit from one as well. That gives you all your spell slots back.
Perfect.
Yes, long rest. And that'll give me my lost life back as well.
Yes. Okay. So you wake the next morning. What do you do? Suppose you have a nice light breakfast.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'd really like to get to the mines today, but I think to go where I'd like to, we might have to get a warrant.
Or we just break in.
Well, we could. I've just been trying to be a little more lawful in my life recently.
I could maybe send Georgie in.
Well, what if we talk to the... I don't know, maybe we shouldn't talk to him. I was thinking maybe we should talk to the captain of the guard and show him what we've got so far, but maybe it's too early for that. I don't know.
I would want to know how much influence this man has.
That's a fair point as well. He's
Before
got a lot of money, doesn't
trusting
he?
anyone else, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Yeah.
if we're gonna sneak into the mine, I think we better do it at night. When there's less people in it. What do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or would it be, pretend you belong there? People don't notice.
I have
There
a
are lots of
costume.
people in it.
I have 3 costumes.
You have 3 costumes.
I own 3 costumes.
Cool.
Can my
But what
costumes
are the
be-
costumes, Mara? We're gonna go down to the mines as a clown or something.
I have a vampire and a pumpkin.
I don't know how the costumes work. Wait.
I'm
they just
afraid
on your
that's-
inventory,
that's,
or-
probably.
Yeah.
It probably comes with the new
I thought that
bard, right?
I thought I read something that they're just like whatever I want them to be. I thought, but
Could be
I'm
true.
not 100% sure.
Well,
I'm brand new to this.
if you wanted to say that they were general labor costumes,
Yeah, go to your inventory and just click on costume.
then I would give that to you, but you
or
you
just-
wouldn't
yeah.
have room for costumes in other areas.
Wait, where are they?
They should be somewhere. Is it on the last one? Or just go all, go to
No.
the first one. Yeah.
Wait, they don't show up now.
But it's on
well,
your sheet.
Oh,
Keep
would
going down.
you,
In the backpack, I bet.
Cameron?
Costume.
Would
Okay,
you
what does it
like
say
your
there?
costume to be just like general worker costumes?
I want to look like miners. Yeah.
Okay.
It says while wearing a costume, you have advantage on any ability check you make to impersonate the person or type of person it represents. Oh, so it is.
A specific.
Yeah, you
It
would
is a
have to choose a
specific
specific
costume.
So if you wanted to dress up like miners, then if you feel that's what you want all 3 of your costumes to be, that's what they will permanently be.
Gotcha.
Ooh, that's very nice.
Do I have 3 different costumes?
If you would like.
Can we split that? Yeah. One of them is a miner's costume.
Okay, one is a miner's costume. I'm good with that. So what now?
I hand it to Ben and I say, have fun with Georgie.
No.
Okay.
Hold on a minute, Mara. I thought you were the one that was good at tricking people and pretending to be something you're not.
Can you teach me how Georgie works? I want to take Georgie.
Yeah. He's pretty good at perception. Like, you can see what's around. He nods yes like this and no like this. That's about all he's programmed to do at this point.
Perfect. And will he work with me?
You can.
I
Yeah.
will tell Georgie to obey your commands.
Okay. Just, well, now I'm nervous.
Please don't let him die.
You'll do fine.
So you're gonna go down into the mines.
But women aren't miners.
I'm sure you could just do something with your hair.
Didn't we just
we got past
I
this
know,
already.
I know.
Oh no! You canceled on my first episode.
Great. This is going to be throughout the entire campaign.
Oh no! Okay.
Like, does my costume include a wig? I pretend
Yeah,
to be a
you
man.
can have it include a
I'm a
wig.
man.
Sometimes birds
I just
have
need
like.
to. If you said this is a traditional town,
It is a very
so
traditional
I need to
town.
blend in as much as possible.
Yes.
So
Yes.
either I pretend to be a man, or we send in Draven.
Well, if those three pretend
How
to be
common
a
are
man-
dwarves around here? Have you-
I wouldn't say they're extremely common, but they're
Okay.
not unheard
I
of.
feel like a dwarf would fit in perfectly in a mine.
That's true.
Yep.
Are you making assumptions about my species? Okay.
And it all comes crumbling down.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I
Anyway.
think I believe you can do it. I bet you can do it.
Okay. This whole debate is just okay.
Okay. Yeah. So you will go into the mine.
Yes.
Okay. Mara goes into the mine. All right.
What's your disguise
She is
Marrow.
dressed as a miner.
Hi, I'm Maro.
name? More.
Marga. So
I'm good at this disguise.
Yes. So you go into the mine, and you see everyone's going in, and they're just punching in. There's like a little device that they punch in what time they've been there. So that's your first thing to get through.
Oh shoot. What are they punching?
It's like a little card, and it has their names on it.
Okay.
Okay.
Is there any laying around that I can find?
So there are plenty of cards that haven't been punched yet, like somebody hasn't shown up to work.
Yeah.
So you could grab any single one of those.
Yep.
All right. Okay. So you grab the name. It's guy's name is Greg.
Perfect. I am Greg.
You punch that card and put it back in the slot, and you're into the mine. Nobody's really paying you too much. They're not paying you too much heed, right? It's a very transient business, right? Okay. You hop into one of the carts, and they take you down into the mine, and people begin working. There's people with pickaxes. They're digging away at the coal. Others are filling carts and pushing them up to the surface again. General mine activities. And what do you do?
I look to see if the signs mentioned in the journal are still up.
Okay. So you begin to go around the mine. And how much time do you want to spend searching?
I'm searching in between working because I don't want to just look like I don't want to be called off. So I would say I probably, swing my axe for like 5 minutes, and then I go and as I'm swinging, I'm looking around. Probably about an hour total.
Total?
Looking,
Okay.
working and looking.
Okay. So as you go deeper into the mine, you don't see any signs saying this passage cordoned off or anything like that. There's no evidence of anything like that whatsoever.
Okay. I take out Georgie.
Okay.
I don't know how well Georgie understands me, but I tell him, do not fly. You are crawling. Go as unnoticed as possible, but go look around for me.
Okay. All right. So Georgie goes off and he disappears, and quite some time passes. And just before you start to get really worried, he comes back. It takes probably about 20 minutes.
Perfect. Yes or no questions. Did you find anything?
He nods his head yes.
Do you need me to follow? Can you show me?
He takes off. Yeah. I don't know how to answer that question. He takes off in a direction.
Okay, I look around and make sure I'm not being noticed by anyone.
Okay.
Am I being noticed? Is anyone paying attention?
You may make a stealth check with advantage.
Oh, that's good.
That's way good.
That one was a 19 without Okay, so 19 plus 4, 23.
Holy cow.
Sneaky.
I'm gonna have to up my DCs here. Or not DCs, ACs. No.
ACDC?
What? I don't know what's going on.
No, DC.
Yeah, DC's difficulty class. Anyways, so he takes you off down the mine, and it's not too long before you hear some voices down one of the tunnels.
Do I recognize the voice?
You do.
Okay, who is the voice that I recognize?
It is Campbell Glint.
Okay.
Figures.
Okay. All right.
Shoot.
So Campbell Glint seems to be talking with one of his workers, and he's like, they're not going to shut down the mine. I got my hands on the inspection, and it's going to be sent back, and everything's going to be totally fine. To which the worker says, yeah, but she saw all of this. How does that work? He's like, I'm just going to modify it, and we're going to mail it off, and backdate the post so that it looks like she mailed it and it got delayed in the mail.
So he has not noticed that I stole things from him.
Not yet.
Good. Good. I just continue to listen
Okay.
before I do anything else. Do I hear anything?
To which they talk about other various things, about various tunnels, and how she was very angered about the ones going towards the town. And basically what you hear is Campbell stating, well, we all know she's not a problem anymore, and with that trial that she was on, everyone was more than happy to hear that she was guilty.
Okay. I pick up Georgie and I leave.
Okay. All right.
I'm not about to confront him today.
Okay. So I will have you give me one more stealth check to get out of the mine without being noticed.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness. Okay,
Yeah,
so you
that was
get
a natural
through
20.
no issues whatsoever. And meet back up with your party.
Cool. And I tell them everything I heard.
Okay. And how do you two respond to this?
That's what the other voice said. She saw all this.
Mm-hmm.
I think we need to sneak back into the mine after hours tonight.
Okay.
But I mean, it sounds like this Campbell guy is our man.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. And what do you do now? Because you still have the rest of the day ahead of you. You've only burned 1 hour of sunlight.
Yeah. Is there anything else we could ask about or learn today?
Has anybody responded to my "Are you sick?" posters?
Oh, no, she's sick.
She's got a cough. Don't hang.
No.
No.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, we could go visit the drunk guy, but I don't know how much more we could get out of him.
Yeah, I don't think you'd really know more.
Is there anything else about zombie flies that we could research? Is there a library here? We like libraries.
You like libraries?
Trevin likes libraries too.
I do like a library, I won't lie, but I think the chances of a town like this having any literature that specific. I mean, if we're just waiting around to go look at the mine tonight, I guess it couldn't hurt to go in and have a peek if they've got something like that around.
If there's a library
It's a long
around,
shot. Does
I
the
want to
library
visit
have a
it.
book about zombie flies?
So you're in the... Okay, so you go to the library.
Excuse me, Miss Librarian, I'm looking for something.
No. Zombified insects. So while you're searching about... Okay. So Penelope,
Yeah.
you're there, and Georgie is beside you,
Mhm.
and you are reading and you know, trying to find something on zombified insects,
Mm-hmm.
when you notice two little eyes peering at you from the other side of your desk that you're sitting at.
Like Georgie's eyes or like
Human eyes.
human eyes?
Yes.
Oh, they
A
touch
child.
they touch your body.
This has been too spooky.
You
So a
can never
child
be too careful.
Yes.
Is looking at me.
Yes. Yep.
I look at
and
the
seems
child.
very curious about Georgie as well.
Hi.
Hello.
Who are you?
My name is Jim.
Hi, Jim.
What is that?
This is my friend Georgie. He's
Oh.
an autonomous beast construct.
A what?
I made him with the Aquium.
What's that?
I just slide Georgie over.
This is so cool. I could never have anything like this. My parents aren't they could never afford to buy anything like this. My friend's dad could, but not us.
You could learn to make one.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How do I do that?
Maybe when you're a little older, I can teach you.
That'd be so cool.
4 years of student debt later.
Your friend's dad. Who is your friend's dad?
Oh, he's the owner of the mine.
How long have you been friends?
Oh, I don't know. As much as I can remember. I haven't been able to play with him lately, though. His dad's been really, I don't know, in a bad mood or something.
Oh. How long has this bad mood been a thing?
I don't know. A few days?
Okay.
I wanted to go over the other day, but they said I couldn't come. My mom was really happy. She says one day somebody's gonna break their neck on his stairs.
Because they're uneven.
Yeah, I tripped going down it once, and he lifts up his arm, and there's a little scar on it.
Okay. Do people in town tend to listen to your friend's dad?
I don't know.
Okay. Now I'm curious about these stairs.
Okay.
I'll just redirect the conversation and show him a little bit more about Georgie and how he works and how I built him.
And he's fascinated. He just
Yeah.
gobbles it up before his mother eventually calls him, and he has to go off, right? So.
I am not actually looking for books about zombie flies. I'm looking for history books
Okay.
that indicate any type of nobility in the town.
Okay. So you do find perhaps some genealogy type books.
Okay.
And it turns out that there was a family of noble background at some point, but they had a son. The son never married, and he passed away years ago.
How long ago was he born?
He would have probably been born about 100 years ago, and therefore he would have been probably in his 90s when he died.
I rip out the page and
Okay.
I keep that page with me.
Okay.
Hey, Draven.
Yes.
I'm adding that to my...
For such a nice house, isn't it a little odd that his stairs were uneven?
I suppose that's true, right? You think he'd get him fixed at some point.
Yeah.
What are you thinking?
I don't know. It just seems odd to me.
I assume looking around the library, I didn't find any books about zombie flies.
No.
Instead, could I pivot and look for books about, like, ancient history in the area? Specifically, like anything to do with underground or things being buried or stuff like that?
There's really not anything other than history books talking about the rich amount of coal in the area.
Okay.
But nothing of particular interest.
Okay.
In trying to remember these stairs, can I recall any significant details about them other than they're uneven?
Yeah, so they look like they're made of a type of stone cement mixture, and it seems that one part is sinking into the ground, creating, it's skewered, it's uneven.
I'm having a thought. Maybe we should try to find more out about this baker.
I like that plan, yeah.
I don't know much about. Was it a woman?
No, it was a fellow.
Or was it man? Okay. I couldn't remember. Yeah. I wouldn't mind looking into that next, if we could just find somebody who knows the baker that could talk about.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you could go to the bakery, which is now run it's been bought out and purchased by one of his former employees.
Okay.
To which they say you can tell when you, is that what you're going to do? You're going to go to the bakery.
Let's do that. That seems like the most logical thing.
Okay.
Yeah, if it's still in operation.
So the individual who owns it now, they say it's a terrible thing. He was a wonderful man, well loved by everyone in the town except for the inspector lady, Katrina. She had a big book club happening, and he messed up one of her orders, and I don't think she ever forgave him for that.
Oh, just like food for the club? It was.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. He messed up the order. I don't know if he heard her wrong. He brought the wrong thing. She said it ruined the whole experience, and everyone knows that she was unhappy with him.
That seems like a pretty petty reason to kill somebody, though.
Yeah, she was a pretty petty person.
Were there any witnesses to the murder?
No, not that I'm aware of. They found him, though, in her house. It looked like he'd been beaten to death by a chair.
Do you think Katrina was capable of something like that?
She's a pretty cold-hearted woman.
Now, your previous employer, did you have any big clients, people you worked for a lot? Who's your biggest contributor, I guess?
Well, I mean, we bake for all the various things in town. We recently actually made a rather large order for Campbell Glint, the owner of the mine.
What was that for?
It's just some sort of house party he was having, and the baker, he went to deliver it, and then he must have stopped by Katrina's, and that's the last time I saw him.
Was that Thursday night?
That would
Or
have
Friday,
been,
yeah, I guess.
Did I show them? I showed them.
It would have been Friday, yes.
Friday.
I showed them the paper. Did I ever show them the jacket that I stole too?
No.
Oh. I'm in my own head for the first part of this conversation, but catch the last part because that's actually what happened. And after this conversation ends, I show them the jacket.
And you took samples of the fibers.
I did take
didn't you?
samples of the fibers.
So we could compare those. Well, that's more evidence against Mr. Glint.
So he ordered this platter to lure him there?
It is certainly suspicious that the last time this baker was seen alive was
At his house.
delivering to Campbell.
But he brought him to that house to actually murder him too.
But why the baker?
Because everyone in town knew that they had.
I guess. But what about the stairs? What if the baker just fell? It gave Glint the perfect opportunity to frame Katrina.
I don't think he's that good of a man.
It's fair enough. We don't know much about him. Maybe he did.
I think it was premeditated
I
murder.
think it was premeditated.
If because of the dispute with the order messed up for Katrina, that would be the perfect victim to choose if you're trying to frame her for murder.
That's true.
Like was it the Royal Guard told us earlier that they...
Yeah.
Someone told us earlier.
Everybody knew Katrina didn't like him.
Yeah.
And so then to find him killed in her house would be
Of course she did it.
a shoo-in. Nobody would really look further.
When I was talking to the current baker,
Mm-hmm.
could I ascertain how fit the baker was? Was he a big guy? Was he pretty strong?
He was fairly fit.
Yeah.
He wasn't, but he wasn't overly pudgy or anything.
Okay. And I guess we don't know much about Katrina's physicality, but
Oh, we saw her ghost. Would that tell us anything?
oh yeah, we did, didn't we?
Yes. Her ghost, she would look like a bookworm. She wasn't a very strong-looking woman.
Mm.
So I gotta check something. Okay, we're good.
I don't know. This Glint seems like he could be a smart person. It just seems like it's a stretch for him to premeditate that a thin bookworm could have killed the baker. I don't know. I think we need to go to the mine tonight.
Did the tunnels to the mine, they're running too close to the town?
Yes.
Campbell Glint's house is at the edge of the town?
Yep.
Are the stairs sinking because the mine's...
That could be.
Is it
That's
starting to
probably
collapse?
There's something
Why?
down there they don't want people to see, and I think we need to see it.
Well, does he have a secret passageway into the mine?
He might.
Okay. So what do you guys do?
Huh.
I don't know. I think at this point we maybe just need to wait for nighttime and come up with a plan to break into the mines, and then go investigate. See if we can find this deep tunnel that you overheard them down.
All right.
Are the stairs, are they like steps up to the house on the outside?
Yep.
So they're not inside the house?
Correct.
I would like to go look at those sneakily
Okay.
again.
Walk by. and have a
What?
peek.
When do you do it? How do you do it?
You want to do it in the evening on our way to the mine?
Yeah.
Okay.
To be extra stealthy, I would like to send Georgie to look.
Okay.
I don't know if he'll really be able to see what he needs to see, but just from looking, I would like to ask Georgie if it appears that that the stairs could open in any way.
Georgie has dark vision, correct?
I don't believe so.
I just think
No.
he has advantage on perception, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, give him make a perception check because he has advantage on it.
Mm-hmm.
I would suppose you guys are in a bush a little ways off.
Oh no.
Fiddlesticks.
That's a 9, so 13.
A 13.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So he sees he goes off. Okay. And you can see him wheeling around the house and or the stairs, I should say, and doing things. And he pauses a couple times.
Mm-hmm.
All right. But he seems to not really obey your rule about looking at the steps. But he does come wheeling back with something in both of his paws.
Oh, what has Georgie found?
Okay. Opening one paw, you see a sprinkle.
A sprinkle.
Yes, one that looks like it's been out in the weather for a bit, but like a sugar sprinkle.
Like, okay.
And in the other one, a chip of a human tooth.
Oh, he
Oh.
did fall down the stairs.
Okay.
What do you do?
Thank you, Georgie. Oh, wow. Okay. Dang. Okay.
Well, ask your little mouse if he did find a secret passageway.
Did you find a secret passageway?
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Man, Georgie's awesome.
I love him.
We've created a monster.
We got a 2-for-1 deal.
monster for
Yeah.
DMs.
Yeah, we're gonna keep Georgie on, but you're out.
No, we like her too.
So what do
Just
you do?
kidding.
What do you do?
All right, I assume you share this information.
Yeah.
Well, we're
Okay.
all
Yeah,
together,
you're
all-
right?
yeah,
we
you'd see it.
see it.
Oh, well, I think that means the baker fell. Whether he fell or was pushed is a different story. I don't know. I think we just need to get to the mine.
Okay. All right. So you get to the mine. It's locked up. Do any of you have thieves' tools?
Of course.
Of course. All right. Give me a check to get in.
Alrighty.
What's your roll?
A natural one.
A natural one. Okay. So
Come on, dang it.
the tools jam
Yeah.
and unfortunately break.
No.
Darn it.
But locked up. How well?
So what it is it's a thick wooden door, and it's got a chain going around it.
With a padlock.
Essentially. With a padlock, yes.
Can
Wood
I?
can burn.
Yeah, that's,
Wood can
that's
burn.
true.
I
Could I try
can
using?
start fire.
Could I try using my
True.
dagger to like pick in the lock?
You could do so at disadvantage.
Okay. Well, it's worth a shot.
Oh,
I mean, I rolled a 20, but that isn't.
oh, but it's disadvantage.
I think that's an 11.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. All right. So you break your thieves' tools and then pull out your dagger and be like, "Oh no." You get in.
I mend his thieves' tools.
Oh, you have mending.
It's one of my. It's one of my ones that I can do all the time.
Well, how about that?
What?
It's a cantrip.
That's awesome.
All right. Cool. She
Well,
could have just
thank you.
mended your thieves' tools.
I
You
didn't
could've
think
tried
of
again.
that. I didn't think of that until it was out.
After you're seeing him use the dagger, you're like, oh, I can fix
Oh,
that.
by the way,
You could have done that before.
well, you could have asked me.
Well, I wish you thought of it before I blunted my dagger.
I mend your dagger too. Get over it.
Alright.
The dagger worked, though, yeah?
What was that?
The dagger worked, though, yeah?
It worked. You're
All
in.
right.
Okay.
You are in. All right.
Thank
So
you.
you get into the mine, and it's pitch black. What do you use for light?
Lanterns.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
we have 2 lanterns.
Okay.
I probably have a lantern as well.
Does that
of
mean
sorts.
do I like use up oil? Do I cancel?
You would use a flask of oil for burning it through the night. So
Okay, I'll
Okay.
do one of those. Yeah, I've got my hooded lantern. So.
okay.
My equipment actually does not say that I have a lantern. Would a Dungeoneer's kit contain a lantern?
I think it does,
Okay.
or a
Uh,
torch at least.
Yeah, it should have either candles, torches, or a lantern. I don't remember.
You probably don't need to light all of them though.
Yeah.
So
We've got a
Yeah,
lantern.
we've got a
lit
couple.
ours-
We've got a
Yeah,
couple.
we have lit too.
Okay.
So
I've removed some oil. So.
I would like to go specifically in the tunnels that would go the direction towards the town, towards his house.
okay, so you work your way back into the mine, and eventually you find a kind of a large tunnel, and as you go, you can see that they've had to put extra supports up here.
I have dark vision.
Yes.
How does
so
that work?
With dark vision, you can
I
see
probably
in
have that
total
too.
darkness as if it was dim light,
Okay.
and in dim light as if it was normal light.
Okay.
You also see in shades of gray. I
Yes,
believe.
and all
Yeah.
so like your Ring doorbell camera kind of thing.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
just
yeah.
that's all you see.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is dim light, so I'm seeing normally.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
I believe that's what lanterns shed bright light for a certain radius, dim
And
a
then
bit
dim
after,
light.
and then
Yeah.
it's dark after. So
Okay.
you can see further, but it is only in shades. of
Cool.
gray.
But if at some point we have to quickly put out the lanterns,
Yes.
I can still
Ooh.
see.
My dark vision's 120 feet.
Ooh, yeah, you're the only one who's
Oh, you
blind
also
as a
have dark
bat.
vision?
I do.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they're the
I'm
ones
just-
carrying the lanterns.
I'm
a
just a
dwarf.
human.
So as you get in this place, it looks like they've put up extra supports. but it's obvious that things are going wrong here. You can see areas where there have been multiple cave-ins and crumbling spots, and you get to where you think you must definitely be near the edge of town, and the prospect doesn't look good, right? There's obviously a lot of coal here, but the supports they're using are precarious, and it seems like they've done anything they can to prevent a cave-in, but it doesn't take a genius to realize this is not up to code.
Is this, do I recognize where we are? Have I been here before with Georgie?
You have not. No, it would have been around that corner, a little further off.
Okay.
So we've gone deeper now than we were.
Yeah, you've gone even deeper.
Well, nobody speak too loudly down here. This does not look professionally done.
Okay. All right.
Keep going.
Very poor craftsmanship.
It seems to end here. This is
Oh, it
where
ends.
they are
Okay.
doing it. I will have all of you roll me a perception check.
Okay.
Oh, 4.
Ooh. 22.
Ooh.
It's because he's got the 120 feet vision.
Yeah. Well, I will say you hear a click behind you.
No.
I spin round.
Okay. Spinning around,
Lantern.
your lantern hits on somebody standing at the back of this cavernous area they've been mining, and it's Campbell Glint.
Oh, no.
And he's holding what looks to be a stick with metal along the side of it, and he's pointing it in all of your direction.
Is it a gun?
He says, "Not everybody move. I bought one of these things from a fancy shop in Metaclod, and I've been dying to use it."
Oh no! Hold up.
Oh no, I don't know what to do.
I don't know what to do either.
Okay. What do we say?
How far away
We're
from us is
clearly
he?
like right behind me.
He's probably a good 50 feet from you guys.
Okay.
50 feet?
Oh, I thought he hit his lamp on him.
No,
No, just the light
the
hit it.
light shines.
Oh,
Yeah.
the light
Yep.
from the
Oh
lamp
my
hit.
gosh.
It says, "You're obviously very good investigators. You've figured out what's going on. But by the time I'm finished here, I'm going to get away with everything. And none of you will be around to tell the tale." As he reaches into his pocket, and you see he pulls out a stick of something.
Is it dynamite?
It's dynamite.
Oh my goodness.
This guy's a real prospector. Okay.
I'm sweating. Okay. This
And
is-
what is it you're trying to get away with, Mr. Glint?
Who, me? Just money. Good money. That Katrina lady, she was running this town to the ground. She would have shut this whole thing down.
As she should have. I didn't say that out loud.
Well, it certainly isn't safe down here. I don't know who taught you to mine, but this is not.
Doesn't matter. It's money. It keeps this town alive. She would have shut this thing down and put all these people into poverty. You could say that I did the town a favor.
No, you did yourself a favor.
And he reaches up, and you hear another click as he pulls this hammer, this mini hammer back on his gun. He says, "I don't think history will see it that way."
I closed the hood of the lantern.
All right. Okay.
I shut mine off too.
All right.
I apologize
You
in
immediately
suit.
do that. There is a crack and a sound as things and as a round rolls off in the darkness, and there's a bit of a shake in
Is-
the tunnel.
Is Campbell? What species is Campbell?
Huh?
Is
He's a
he
human.
He's human?
He's a
Okay.
human. Yep. Okay.
I grab pen
Okay.
because
Yeah.
I know that she can't see.
Yep.
Thank you.
I was just about to say I grabbed somebody.
There's a flash of light, and then right. That's it. You're plunged into darkness. Right?
Yeah. I hold on to
Okay.
you tight.
All right. What do you guys do?
I'm going after him.
Okay. All right. Would anyone like to care to roll initiative?
Yeah.
Oh no. 12.
Where do I see?
Wow.
What is
20?
is that one of these things?
Initiative is right there.
Oh, right there.
Yep.
Plus 2, 17.
17, 12.
20.
Roll again, please.
Oh. 11.
Okay. All right. So as you begin to run towards him, you see him get down and shove something back into the rifle, pull it back, and he lets loose another round. Which we're gonna look in the new book here. For I don't know what the rifles do in this new rules. So let me just pull up the weapons here. I should be a good DM and have this already together, but I am not.
You are a good DM.
Well, thank you.
Great.
Okay.
Don't talk about my DM that way.
All right. So, what is your armor class?
Mine?
Yeah.
14.
14.
It's not very high.
Well, there's a crack and he misses you.
Nice.
I use message or whatever it's called. Message.
Oh, okay. All right.
So that is
So
where I can.
You can do it on your
On
turn.
your turn.
Oh.
So
Yeah.
now we've rolled
Right.
initiative.
That's right.
No, hold on to it. Hold on to it.
Yeah.
So, hey,
Right,
we're
'cause
all learning, right?
we got into combat, so now we have to
Now
play
it's
in
a turn
turns,
thing.
right?
Okay.
So the number you rolled determines your turn.
The turn order.
That's
so,
right.
So
Yeah.
the turn
Yeah,
order
if that's
goes
coming back.
Campbell
Gotcha.
Glint.
That's what initiative
Draven.
is.
Draven.
That's
Yes.
right.
Oh.
Yes. You
I
got
don't
it.
know how this
Yeah.
game
You got
works yet.
It's literally your second time playing. So, Draven, what do you do? It's 50 feet to him.
Okay. Well, I'll dash as a bonus action.
I would say he definitely misses because he fires into the dark. He can't see either.
He can't see.
But I should have rolled at disadvantage, but he missed anyway.
Okay.
But
Yeah, I'll dash as a bonus action so I can get to him.
Okay.
And I will use my scimitar.
Oh, okay.
And I'm just gonna pull it out. It sits on my back. I'm just gonna pull it out, and I'm just gonna try and whack him on the back of the head with the hilt.
Okay. Do non-lethal damage.
Yeah, I'm just trying to knock him out. I don't want to kill him.
All right.
Okay, now is it an advantage because it's dark?
It
times?
is. Yes, and he can't see.
Nice. You serious?
What did you roll?
I rolled a 1 and a 3.
Oh, okay.
So that's 8 total.
So he hears you coming and he steps out of the way.
Great.
It is now your turn,
That's it for
Mara.
me.
Now I get a turn.
Yes.
I use message on pen.
Okay.
I say, I don't know if you've experienced this before. Do not answer out loud. Just think in your head the response. But what the heck is that thing that he's holding?
I would have some familiarity with
You
this.
would.
Yeah.
You grew up in Metaclod.
Yeah.
So
That is a rifle.
And how does it work?
It launches bullets.
What
at
is a
very
bullet?
high It launches pieces of metal at high enough speeds to penetrate through your body.
That's what that clanging is.
so
Yeah.
so message I believe is only 25 words per
Oh,
person
shoot,
that you
okay.
can use.
But I think they can only respond to you once.
you would,
but
you would get
Yeah.
the point across.
It's
Got
all
it.
good.
Yeah,
I
got
would
it.
It's all
Okay,
good.
okay. Cool.
Which is okay. All right.
I'm
so that
learning.
would be an action on your turn to
Cool.
cast that spell.
Cool.
It is now your turn.
Unless you have a bonus action. I think that's the only
Bardic
one you have, yeah.
Inspiration. Is it worth using?
There's no reason not
Up
to
to
use
you.
it.
Yeah, I mean, you've got
You
2
are
per day.
here.
It's nighttime now, so.
I guess I give one. Wait, I can only give it once though.
You have 2 of them you can give per day.
Per
Right,
day.
right now.
Per- per long rest.
But can I do
at
it
this
per
time,
turn?
you can only do 1.
Okay, I give it
A
to you
bonus
first.
action. Okay, to me?
Okay.
Okay, sure.
All right.
That's a D6.
10, it's your
right?
turn.
Mm-hmm.
I think.
What do you do?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
D6.
Yes.
Can't see anything.
Yep.
I'm going to try to walk towards the guy carefully.
Okay.
But like, if I can keep holding on to Mara, that would be great.
Yeah.
Will she like if I walk? Does she walk
Technically,
with
in
me?
turn-based, you can't really do that.
No, but like,
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. But
Can
if
I-
you would like to use your movement, like forgo your movement on your turn and just like go with her,
Sure.
then
Yeah.
I will rule of cool it for tonight. But-
yeah.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna try and get closer, but I'm not running or anything because I can't see. So 30 feet is my walking speed.
Yep.
So I'm 20 feet away from him.
Yep. Okay.
And I'm not gonna try firing a crossbow because I don't want to hit Draven.
Okay. So
Much
So-
appreciated.
it is his turn.
Wait, I will hold my action officially. Not that I think it'll happen, but if what's his face? I forget his name. Comes close to me on my turn. I would like to hit him with my dagger.
Okay. All right. So he's going to take a shot at you, Mr. Draven, at disadvantage. Ooh, he misses.
Nice.
Got a 6. So crack off, and nothing happens. There's a blinding flash of light for a moment, but it is your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna just try hitting him again.
Okay.
Okay. That's better. 19.
19. You hit him.
Okay, sweet. And I get sneak attack.
Oh.
I'm gonna get out my extra dice for that.
Now, is this lethal damage or non-lethal?
It's
damage?
non-lethal.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's gonna be 3d6s. Which is a total of 9 plus 3. So
9
12.
plus 3?
12
So
damage.
12 damage. All right. That bloodies him.
Nice.
Okay. It is now your turn, Cameron.
Okay, wait, what can I do? Because I can't move? Because I moved with her?
You could let go of her and just and do whatever you want.
Okay. So I'm also 20 feet away from this man?
Yes.
Yeah, he didn't move. Okay. I pull out my crossbow. I think I have a crossbow.
You do.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I shoot at him.
Okay.
So if you
So
go to your
roll to
actions.
hit. Yeah.
Oh, go to your inventory. You just have to equip your crossbow. There's a little
Ah.
box beside the crossbow. Just click the box.
We are
When you
we
see
are
the
learning
crossbow.
with some D&D Beyond.
Wait, where is it? I'm sure I do.
Short bow?
Short bow.
That's what. Yeah.
That's-
click
Short
that.
bow, not a crossbow. Short bow.
And if you have any other weapons here, just click the box.
I have
beside
daggers.
them. Yeah, just click it on one of them.
Okay.
Yeah, and then go to your actions, and then it'll show up, and it'll tell you what to roll.
Ah,
So do the hit
okay.
one
Tim
first.
is our resident genius for D&D Beyond.
Yep.
Do what, sorry?
So that's the one you want to do first. So that's your bonus. You get
So
to try and
what
hit.
What you do is you roll your D20 for an attack,
Okay.
and it should tell you what you add to that roll.
Okay,
So
so I
you
do
pro-
this and I add 4.
Correct.
Yeah.
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 That's because you first have to determine whether you hit, and then if you do hit, you can roll damage after.
And do
You have advantage.
Oh
What?
yeah. So roll twice and take the higher. Okay. So,
roll 10 and then a 9. What is this that I'm rolling right
so
now?
this is just to see if you hit him.
Oh, okay.
So add
okay.
your to hit bonus there.
which is 4.
14.
So
Yeah,
14
Okay.
hits.
Ah, it does hit. So then you move
Sweet.
over to the next box, and that tells you what the damage is.
So I roll a d6 and add 2.
Yes.
Okay.
So d6 is just the standard little cube.
I should have a camera on my computer screen.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Just the cube, like a normal.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. 6-sided die.
Six-sided. Yep.
Yep. Ooh,
8.
nice.
8?
Nice
Nice.
damage.
All right. Are you trying to do lethal damage or non-lethal damage?
Since Draven did not try to do lethal, I'm following suit.
Okay. You get him in the knee, and he drops to the ground,
An arrow to the
essentially
knee.
defeating him. And she cries out like, "Ah!" Right? It is at that moment that all of you notice the cavern is becoming extremely cold.
Oh gosh,
Shoot.
Oh, she's coming.
she wants him.
I mean, as she should.
Draven, as you look around, you see in the far corner of the cavern this ghostly image starting to fade into reality and drifting down towards all of you.
This feels like an important moment. Do we let her take him? Or do we...
Do you think that would end it?
Can I
think
see
it
her,
would.
or is it still? Does she glow?
She glows.
She glows, so I
Yes,
can
you
see
can
her.
see her.
Oh, good.
Are you still holding on to me too?
No, you left.
I left you.
Sorry. Thanks.
What do you do? She approaches and gets closer.
If I open the hood on my lantern, does that affect her at all?
As the light hits her, she seems to fade from view, but the cold doesn't disappear.
Okay.
And if you cover your lantern, she's closer.
Okay.
So the lantern just makes us so we can't see her.
Yeah. Well, Mr. Glint, it seems as if the time has come for you to pay for your crimes.
He grits his teeth and he says, "That's never going to happen." And he lights a stick of dynamite.
No.
Is that what you do?
I'm assuming as a dwarf I'd be familiar with dynamite.
Yes.
Can I just try to quickly put it out and take it from him?
Absolutely.
You would just
You're
nonchalantly
going to
do
make
that too.
a strength athletics versus his.
Oh, what?
Or you could use dexterity, whatever you prefer.
I would prefer dexterity.
Okay, he's going to go strength athletics.
Okay. Sleight of hand? Or just plain dexterity? Because he's using athletics.
Use a sleight of... You could do either dexterity, acrobatics.
Okay, acrobatics.
Yeah, that works.
Sure. Where the heck did acrobatics go? Hey.
Or sleight of hand, whichever you would prefer.
Well, I'm better at sleight of hand.
Go
so I
ahead.
prefer
Do that.
Okay.
Natural 20?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes!
So he literally lights it and you just like that.
Oh, yeah.
Boom. To which...
Just super cool and collected. Just like not even worried that it's about to burn out. I was just like...
To which he seemed surprised as if he didn't know you could do that to the dynamite. And it's at that moment that you hear a wail and a shriek, and the ghost flies quickly in your direction. What do you do? Like, direction of the two of them.
Wait, the direction of who?
You and Campbell.
Oh,
Like, beelines it straight for you guys.
I'm gonna step away.
Okay.
And I'm gonna say, "He's all yours, Katrina."
To which she picks him up, or she goes up to him, and you see as flies emanate from her mouth, and they begin to bite his face, and he starts to turn blue as he's raised as if from a noose into the air, gasping for breath. And in a moment, he drops, dead as a doornail. To which she then turns to all of you, and what do you do?
Is she attacking us, or is she just looking at us?
What do you do? She's staring at all of you. She looks just as angry.
Wait.
You've had your revenge, Katrina. Now leave this town in peace. Rest.
She does one more thing. She points at the stick of dynamite. Mouth agape. No. Actually, it looks like her face has been ravaged by flies, but mouth agape, no words emanating from it, just a moan as she points at the stick of dynamite.
Do you want us to blow up the mine? This is me asking her.
She continues to point.
I'll pick up the dynamite. If I do this, will you leave this town in peace?
The ghost gives the slightest nod, not nod.
Takes off.
The slightest nod.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
I'm gonna hand the dynamite to Penelope.
Okay. What do you do?
Me?
And the lantern's out now. You can see.
Yeah.
You can see. Oh, good.
You know what this is, Penelope?
Yeah, I know what this is.
I think we need to cave in this section of the mine.
All right.
I'm gonna take Campbell's body. If you want to wait a bit, light it, and then run.
Yep. How long is the fuse on this thing?
Long enough.
Long
I
enough.
also, just in case, touch her with the vest, whatever.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Long
Long
strider.
strider,
That's
nice.
a great
Yeah.
idea.
Appreciated. Thank you.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Alright.
I'm gonna try and drag Campbell out of there.
Okay.
And then maybe I'll just say, maybe we should explode it a little bit further away from this section so that
It doesn't cave in on the town.
it doesn't cave in on the
I
town
agree.
or like his
Yeah,
house.
I think we
just
blow
kind
up,
of
like
cover up the
the
entrance.
entrance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how fast you'll be moving carrying a body, so I'm gonna send
Well, why don't
I'm
we?
gonna send Georgie with you, and then Georgie will come back when you're.
Why don't
clear.
we
Sure.
all go and blow up a lot closer to the entrance?
Yeah, but
Like,
we'll
we
have to
don't
get
want
out of there
People,
like when the fuse is lit.
So where do you put this stick of dynamite?
Kind of at the entrance of that deep tunnel. Like if we
Okay.
can speculate roughly where we are and making
Okay.
sure it's not gonna like cave in a bunch of the town.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you do that. You light the dynamite and
Yeah.
run.
Yeah.
Okay.
They get out first.
Okay.
After they're out, then I'll light the dynamite and run.
So there's a massive explosion and a lot of shaking and rumbling. You make it out of the mine and you hear rumbling and shaking because I picture the mine as being down a bit from the town, right? Like the town's maybe up on more of a plateau and then you go down to mine. And as you leave this mine and enter towards the town, you notice the town is fine, save for one large house has sunk down into the ground. The Glint's house.
oh,
Yeah.
but is the boy okay?
The family's fine.
So it's
They are
it didn't
standing
like,
looking at it, but they
Okay.
were not inside.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Yes. But yeah. And it sinks down to the ground. And with that, that's the end of it. The ghostly presence dissipates. You feel no presence whatsoever anymore.
Is this normal life for you?
Pretty much.
Okay.
I like it.
All right. So you return to town. You're able to describe everything to the captain
we'll
of the guard.
hand in our evidence to the captain of the guard and say that we weren't able to save Campbell Glint before solving the case.
Okay.
Aw, shucks.
So bad. But yeah, they take it. They take it well. They pay all of you a. They give you a bag of 50 gold, not each, but for all of you together.
Oh, that's not even easy to split.
Okay, 60 gold.
There we go.
That's easier
I just got
number.
extra gold out of the
For the
DM.
sake of math.
Okay, so 20 gold each.
Yes, 20 gold each.
If that's how you choose to split it.
Yeah,
yes.
I'm a pretty even.
A pretty fair
split
And,
boss.
guy.
and they offer you the chance to spend one more night in the town. And since we're running late, we'll close here. But just before we close, I will say that Draven, you hear a voice as you attempt to rest. You hear a voice in your head, a familiar one, that says, "Return home as soon as you can." What?
Okay.
And that is where we will end the adventures in the Parted Vale.
You can make me wait a week
Yep.
to find out what that
We
means.
all must wait a week.
And yes, that is where we will end tonight. So again, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. It was a bit of a longer one tonight, but we're still getting our rhythm going. Again, we use music from White Bat Audio, Carl Casey, and a special thanks to Board Game Emporium for the wonderful table, to my wonderful crew here, Cassie, Tim, and Cameron, for helping me put this on and get it started. And we hope you enjoyed it. Remember to like and subscribe so that you see more of us and we continue to show up in your wonderful video experience. And yeah, we've got a lot of announcements that we have coming down the pipe. We hope to get a Discord and a Patreon set up soon.
Yes.
And we'll see you in the Vale next time. Goodbye.
Thanks, everybody. Bye.
Bye.